What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Good afternoon, good evening, and I hope you guys are all well. It's been a while, but I am intensely pleased and happy to be here with you today. First, giving thanks and honor to God for life itself, the gift of life, the miracle of life, and I want to say to you that I try to be with you guys as often as I can. Often, anytime you watch a YouTube video or someone who does YouTube videos, you have no idea what's going on in their life. I don't know what's going on in your life. And, so often you guys know, I always tell you, I'm somebody who's always interested in the backstory on anything. How does anything come to be? The work that's in it. Always interested in the backstory on anything. How does it? And so from my own life, I know that just what I do or try to do here on this thing, when I sit in front of you, you have no idea the tornado that is my life. You just see me now and this frame, it's a very limited view of someone's life. And it's one of the reasons why I am so expressive in life in general. But I do try. And I have been learning, and I finally accept that I just can't make promises when it comes to any type of schedule to, present content, be it live or recorded, because it just seems like it just can't happen. And here lately in my life, outside of even this, it seems that I'm more reluctant to even try to commit to anything in life, because it just seems like everything doesn't go the way that I say or think or wish or hope or feel or pray, and yet there is so much happening. And then that pulls on me, because I would love to be able to have my say, especially the way that I used to, in the early days, if you will, of my journey here online. And I'm going to just start filling in, you guys. I got to share this out. So I do my best, to try to be with you as often as I can. And then on the human side of it, just basic human end of it, I miss you guys, I do. And then I've expressed to you in the past the limited nature of this for somebody like me who loves to be connected to people. If I had my way, every time that I spoke or presented anything, we'd be in some arena We just gather there, and get it done, you know, and then we could go back to our lives after that. Facebook doesn't allow me to share. They've changed something, because usually when it gives me the option on YouTube to share something out, I put it over there. I say what I got to say, and then oh, I guess that's it. Add to your post. Okay, fine. Just learned it. Okay, that's fine. Where do I type now? There, I did it. I think I did it. Okay, fine. Hopefully it's on there. Let me go and see if it's on there. It's not on there. So I don't know how to add it. I don't know how to share it to Facebook anymore. When you go there, it used to have a big thing that said post, big blue button, post. It's that easy. But they've obviously done something, so I have to share it after the fact, inshallah. I'm speaking today for several reasons, you guys, because I shockingly have time. It's not the day that I wanted to speak. I wanted to try and speak over the weekend, but I'm here today now because I hope that the universe will give me what I need to be able to bring out of my soul what it is that I feel and think. It's one thing to have it in your spirit, anything, but to be able to bring that forth is something else, So I hope and pray that I can be successful, because I am profoundly moved. As you know, I've been covering the genocide that is going on in Gaza as much as I can, but I'm following it every day, whether I get a chance to do a video or not. I'm following this every day. It's the most important thing in my life, and for reasons that I hope I'm able to articulate to you. And I'm bringing it today with this Vlad thing because I have spoken very harshly and disrespectfully on purpose about him in the past. And because he is also a Zionist, a fake Jew, a so-called Jew, these two go together. I forgot to add in my title what was also given to me by the universe. I meant to put also in the title of this stream something about white supremacy, like white evil, white supremacy, something white, something indicting white people, because both of these are white issues. I have said, and I'm going to say until I no longer have breath in this vessel, the white man, white people are the devil on the earth, everybody. While this genocide is going on in Gaza, we also have, there's not even a word for it, what's happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It gets overlooked because it has been ongoing. There's many, many thousands of people dying in Congo every day. And that's white, that has a white hand to it. But I saw something after I was watching something about the the attack now on Rafah, that right after that it was images of children in the Congo, and that made me cry, because these children, if and I didn't even hit on the sound on it because it wasn't a very long clip, and I'm glad I didn't, because if you look at it without the sound, it's any of our children here. They're us, we're them, you know. Don't be fooled by the accent, you know, whether it's a country in Africa or if it's the Caribbean or wherever you see Black melanated people, we are the same people, everybody. And it's high time that we start setting the standard and rules and the identity of our people and what we will accept and what we will not. We are the boss of us. We are the owners and the curators and the dictators of our culture. And sadly, we have to be wise enough to identify Black melanated African people amongst us who will not be awakened, who will not accept the truth, who will stay wallowing in the matrix of we're all the same and get along and all white people aren't bad, and you know, it's just things happen, and you have to vanquish those people from your entire existence. I remind you, you only get one life. You're not getting another do-over. And what you do in this life, in this time, is so important. And it's why I'm so obsessed with not letting white people seduce, misrepresent, and control my existence, my arc. It's kind of like you see one of those fireworks that it's not a dud, but it goes up and it just shoots just briefly and then it goes out, you know, or even a shooting star, you know, that you just, it streaks and it goes out. That's your life in this time. From the moment your mother pushed you out, it's just a spark and then it's gone. It's over. It's over. And you need to spend time, long periods of time with just yourself and reflect on these concepts, because that can bring you into a space of clarity and truth and acceptance of the truth. You know, if we don't get there, then I just always think about my grandmother, you know, and any and all of those whom we know and don't know who have lived and died already. We've been to their funerals, we miss them, we hold on to their pictures and their memories, they're gone. But this white devil is still fucking up existence for all of humanity. So they were robbed of a true existence. Robbed. We don't even know the planet that we live on. They've lied about that. It's not a spinning ball. Give me a fucking break. But there's still millions of people who believe that. That's just one. So you don't even have a sense of even where you're at. You know, just think if you, to the age of 10, you were just blindfolded and you were moved around. You don't even know you're on earth. You don't know anything about anything. You don't know you're a person. You don't know your parents. You don't know your family. You don't know anything. You don't even know where you were born. And somebody takes the blindfold off of you one day. You don't know what state you're in. You know what city. You don't know what time of day. You don't know anything. And that's what this white devil has done and is doing to humanity. Do not be fooled by the various accents. And they claim I'm Irish, I'm Italian, I'm Jewish, I'm American, I'm whatever. They're all the same. It doesn't matter the accent or what part of the earth they reside in. The white man is the same human being from wherever they came from till now. They're the same devilish people. And what I was reminded yet again in this contrast of seeing something from Gaza and then this thing in Congo was that we don't have any images of mass suffering of white people. I need that image. I need them starving someplace with no clothes on and bodies laying everywhere and just white people just fucked up all over the place. I need that image. Indeed, we all need that image if you don't know you need it. Because they do a very good job of keeping you diverted away from them. They're the ones standing holding the gun. Everybody's looking at everything else, the commotion that's going on. Oh, this is happening, and it's the white devil. It's them the whole time with everything from inflation to the slaughter in Gaza to any world war or aggression that's ever been imagined to vaccines to heart disease, fake food, fake news, fake existence, lying to you about space and the earth and everything, you know, the word of God, spirituality, holiness, religion. This is the devil. I need you to really understand that. This is the devil. This is the devil. If you got another name for it, offer that to me. Offer it. All I have is devil, because that's the most evil thing that I know of. Devil. Devil. The very definition of evil is these people. And they are so focused and obsessed with you and me because we are superior. They're marching around the earth now, these so-called Jews. They're in a state of euphoria, really. You know, it's a white man's nut, you know, because they love to be seen as something, you know, because they know they are the bottom feeding parasite of existence. So this is why they prop themselves up and try to be as though, you know, and specifically with this class of whites who call themselves Jews, which are just white people. That's just white people. They're in a state of euphoria right now because they're feeling like we've got all the spotlight on us and we're sacred and look how special we are. Interesting that they crescendoed you into this from these gay ass people who can't get their life together. Do you understand? They were feeling special and I get to turn into a man just like this. I can turn into a woman like this. I'm trans. Poof, I'm special. No one can say anything about me. Ooh, I can change laws. I can get people fired from their job and ruin their life and shit. And they crescendoed, they morphed us right from that into this on a big scale, because it's always been going on, especially for those of us who pay attention and aren't interested in the foolish stuff. We see it. But they brought you right into this. Fuck Israel, bitch. I said it. It is nothing but an illegal land heist, a theft, and a genocide. Do not be fooled by these claims of anti-Semitism. Because first of all, let's get the facts straight. No white person is Semitic anywhere on the planet. They are not Semitic. They are not Semitic. You cannot be white and be Semitic. So nobody can be anti you on that. We definitely anti your ass, but not because you're a Semite, because you are not. They are not. You have the Congress now with their asses wide open, rewriting and redefining what is anti-Semitism and who can talk about it. And you're not allowed to even say anything about these fucking people. Well, I reject that because I'm a sovereign human being created by the one who creates. And I don't get my rights from another human being. Certainly not a thing that I define as the incarnate of evil, the definition of evil. I'll take no cues from you. No, especially when I'm superior to you. I was here many thousands of years before you. I discovered and invented everything, bitch. It's me, not you. And for all of your anti-Semitic, I'm a Semite. I am an African. You must be from the land of Semites, the land and the language. It's us. It's not your white ass. You have no claim to anything at all but evil, destruction, theft, murder, unpeace. You are not Semitic. You're not Semitic, and you're definitely not special. Because where now is your large numbers on the continent of Africa? Organically, before the theft of land heist before 1948, but we'll just still use 1948 because it's the reference everybody can understand. Show me your large numbers before 1948. Oh, we don't have them. Interesting. We'll have to study that. Not understanding, just not understanding why we don't have that. And not understanding why you're not still being born in Africa. Not understanding. Because that's Northeast Africa. You're not in the Middle East. And you're not an Arab. At least if you were Arab, we could join you with the Semites because they're Semitic people. But you're not even Arab. You're from shitty, cold places where the sun doesn't even shine. But you're glad about that because the sun kills you and gives life to every other thing in creation, literally. Except for white people. We have to study that. We'll have to get an answer for that. This glorious star that sits in the sky every single day, raining down its glorious light on all of creation and humanity, giving life to plants and oceans and rivers and animals and insects and beings and trees and the universe, and balancing the moisture and the humidity in the air and all of it. And for me as an African, bringing out the vitamin D naturally in me, making me even stronger and more glorious as the king that I am, and yet giving you melanoma. I'm really not sad about it, but I'll have to study it because that's an anomaly. That's an anomaly. That's an anomaly. Why do you jerk around like a sock puppet when any rhythm is present? All I see is a grand mal seizure happening in front of me. No, never tie your chain to the hip of these people, everybody. This is all white. And there are miserable people who Allah has not bestowed anything upon. No prophet or book was sent to them. The best lands with the most resources and riches, not them. You see any video or pictures from Germany and Poland and these fucked up places where they come from, and it's not someplace you want to vacation or visit at all. It's gloomy always. Never see a bright sunny day. Just, ooh, looks beautiful. I'd like to go there. Never. Because the heavens will not even acknowledge. Do you understand? And there is a There's a real force in the world. There is an unseen realm as well as the physical realm. You must know this. There really is an unseen realm, everybody. That's real. I remember back in 2000 when Bush was being installed in office after he had stolen the election in Florida. Well, I had the benefit of living in the nation's capital. And I saw with my own eyes, the heavens would not acknowledge it. It rained like shit on Inauguration Day for him. And you go back and you watch the footage and you see there were thousands of people throwing eggs at the motorcade. But you see, stagecraft, deception is another attribute, and indeed talent, dare I say it, of this white devil. So for those of us who were in the district and we knew there were many thousands of protesters that you didn't see on TV. They kept them out of the view of the camera. He couldn't get out and walk. The heavens wouldn't allow it, and either would the people. The universe was reflecting the fact that evil was afoot here. A great evil. And we saw 8 months later what they had been conniving. And that was the self-inflicted attack and destruction of the Twin Towers, Building 7, and the Pentagon, and Flight 93. Not 19 people with box cutters. And they all have this obsession with Islam. Why do they have this obsession, Jedi? Please tell us these things. I'll tell you why. Because Islam sets the course. It's kind of like roaches are fine until there's raid. Nope, don't bring us that raid. You know the raid commercial, like raid, the roaches go raid, and then they run. That's the white devil. They're the roach. Islam represents raid. Because with Islam, none of this shit goes on. Name anything, and I'll show you how that does not happen with Islam. But they are not God as much as they're obsessed with being God and trying to deny God out of the picture. Oh, it was just a big bang and we just were all an accident. So there's nothing, it's all nothing special. No, bitch. I am created. I'm a perfect entity. I am perfection sitting in front of you. Perfection. Perfection down to my fingertips. I am perfect. Do you understand? The systems that keep me alive, that a banana will rot in my house and yet I am still glorious. A piece of bread gets mold on it. A French fry shrivels up. Well, not mine, mine are homemade. But my eyesight, here they come with their 4K and their HD, and this is Technicolor, and you will never mimic these perfect big brown eyes that sit in my face. This is the perfect lens to behold and perceive. Do you understand? And to judge and to watch. This is the perfection. I am it. And I am a cut above because look at my glorious melanin. Look how I glow in this light. Look at me. Look at me and see yourself. There is nothing more glorious walking this planet than us. I digress. Every time they try to do a big event and give you, look at how bad Islam is, many more hundreds of thousands of people learn about Islam and accept Islam on their own. No provocation, nobody proselytizing to you and knocking on your door and giving you a pamphlet, and we don't need to. The prophecy was written before we were even a sperm cell, that Islam will be the #1 religion on this planet before the end day. And we see it happening now. Right now. I said to you at the beginning of this, because as you all who followed me closely, you know that this dance with Israel is not our first on this channel. Going back to our old channel of our 23,000 subscribers and all of that. One of my earliest videos when I was probably still in a few hundred subscribers, maybe not a few hundred even, like double digits maybe. I was already defining for my audience the difference between Judaism, Zionism, and something else. I never can remember it when I tell it to you. But I was educating my audience to let you know that Zionists are not the same as Jews. And Zionism and Judaism are not the same thing. You cannot have oil and water in a frying pan, in a car, in a lake, doesn't matter where it's at. You cannot have oil and water. These are laws of the divine, period. So you cannot have a white person be Semitic, that's first. And you cannot claim that you follow the way of life known as Judaism and be a Zionist. That won't work. It won't work. Because Zionism is against Judaism. And so by default, Judaism is against Zionism. Zionism is a racist white devil concoction. It's a clan, really. It's the Klan on an international scale, if you will. A little bit more sophisticated, less redneck and Yahoo and pickup truck than the KKK. But it's still the same white devil. The same white devil that is heading up Israel is the same white devil that's riding in the pickup truck screaming yeehaw in the South somewhere. You know, same white devil, the same. And you, the individual African, have got to stop making the mistake of letting them define their identity to you. We define their identity for ourselves based on all of their history, because all of it is shit and dirt. Nothing legitimate from them, from the beginning of whatever the fuck they came from till this moment I sit in front of you. You need to use what Allah has given you. Your eyes, your ears, but most of all, use your heart. I have a whole video here on the channel where I was teaching you that we as Muslims know, because of what Allah says to us in the Quran, that the heart literally thinks, everybody. It's not just a beating organ. Your heart literally thinks. Literally. And now modern science is accepting that thoughts begin in the heart, not in the head. Allahu Akbar. Use these tools that Allah has given you and know this devil. I've said to you for years, stop casting yourself as a citizen of this bitch, because you are not. You are a visitor, a traveler, an incidental tourist, unwanted leftover cargo in this bitch. And you need to cast yourself as a tourist, because when you go any place on earth as a tourist, just even where you live now, if you just go to another city in your state where you've never been there, or a restaurant you've never been to, you know, you see things that people who live there don't see, because it's all new and you're seeing everything. You see? That's one. Or the other one where you're at a concert. If you're at a concert with me, you would be in the front row, or you wouldn't be there. But you're at a concert and you're 20 rows back. It's packed. You can't see anything. Then you get up on somebody's shoulders. Suddenly you could see. That's where you need to be. Stop listening to this white devil, because all they are is the forked tongue whispering of the devil. Whispering, seducing, deceiving. You understand? They are masters of deception. They are the owners of unrighteousness. The owners of unrighteousness. They own it. They own it. Lock, stock, and barrel, and the goddamn patent. They have it. So, when we began in this session of the October 7th, which the entire world began on October 7th, let the white devil tell it. Forget about October 6th and all the shit going back 100 years. No. October 7th. Because what have I told you in the past when we covered police shootings? One of the tools that I would constantly give you as an identifying marker of a characteristic of this white devil is they always tell you where the story is going to start. So remember when I covered Mike Brown, I said, watch, they're going to say it all begins at the truck. It all begins at the altercation at the truck. Forget everything else. What did I tell you about Trayvon Martin? It all begins with who was on top and who's screaming on the tape. Not that the fat ass got off the truck and followed Trayvon. No. It all comes down to who was on top and who was screaming on the tape. This is what they've always done. It all comes down to October 7th. It all comes down to October 7th. It all comes down. I think, what? I'm being told by my producer, everybody, I was actually born on October 7th. So it all begins on October 7th. It all begins on October 7th. All begins on October 7th. That's where they want to begin. But I said to you when we began covering this round that their entire intention was to exterminate the Palestinians, because it is a racist thing, because all white people are racist. Give a fuck what they say out of that pablum puking slit in their face. They are racist by nature. I've challenged my audience. I've said to you, don't ever listen to me. Sweep behind me. Put yourself, go someplace in your city or your town. Put yourself someplace where you are the only black person, or certainly in the extreme minority, and strike up a conversation with them, or just be near them. They'll strike up one with you because they love to be in your business. This is an attribute. And they will be the first one to mention race. 100%, I guarantee it to you. Take it to the bank, call your mama, do whatever you need to do. That's 100% guaranteed. And this is not theory that I share with you. I live on this earth just like you, and I live amongst this white devil just like you. But I'm paying attention and you are not. These are my findings. These are my real life experiences that I'm telling you. I've lived all over this fucking country. And I've dealt with white people at every level. High corporate down to the lowest little white bitch. These are my findings. This isn't my truth. This is the truth. Do you understand? So earlier on, when we were asking all of them to move to the north because that's where they will be safe, and we're doing everything to protect civilians, and I called bullshit, and it was bullshit. They moved to the north, they bombed the north. They moved to the south, they bombed the south. Quick, move to Khan Yunis. We're totally safe there. And they moved there and they fucking bombed the shit out of them. The last place that they could go now is Rafah. And now, where do you think they're bombing? And yesterday into today, or yesterday or today, is some anniversary of this alleged Holocaust that we don't give a fuck about. Because what all we're given since my senior year high school English teacher, Miss Dixon, that man-ass bitch, wore men's suits, the slick back hair, smelled like liquor. The bitch was a man. But there she was making us read Anne Frank, the Diary of Anne Frank. But from that to this to all of it, all we're told about this supposed Holocaust is that for no reason other than just they were Jews, the Nazis attacked them. How did they know they were Jews? I ask you this now. Tell me now. How'd they know that? Because it's just like a gay person. I don't know that till you tell me. Unless you're sashaying and doing runway in front of me, then I kind of have a marker. But if you don't tell me, I don't know. So why are you telling me? And so the same thing with these white people. If you don't say that, I don't know. How many actors do you see in Hollywood that when it's like Ash Wednesday or some shit, suddenly here they come with they're suddenly Jewish. You're like, oh, you are? Oh, how many of them have changed their name? That's not even their fucking name. They've changed to some shit that's not Stein, Goldberg, or Cohen or some shit. They've changed it. And then you do their Wikipedia, or unless you know something about them, you go, oh, they're supposed to be some so-called Jew. But you wouldn't know it. You just click on the video, you see I'm a black dude sitting up here. There's nothing to guess. I'm obviously a black man. I'm clearly, you could see me 1,000 feet away. That's a black dude right there. That's him. So this again, they are the authors of deception, white people, remember. So keeping with that understanding, that truth, so that this line of crap that they're feeding you, that this group of white people is somehow so sacred and holy and so special and shit. And every single one of them, their parents were killed in the Holocaust. Every single one of them. Every single one of them, bitch. It's like 50th generation grandson, you're some shit. My parents were killed in the Holocaust. Really? Really? But they tell us as Africans, we need to get over it. We need to stop playing the race card. While what do they proclaim? Never forget. And we're in an ongoing Holocaust. The Holocaust, bitch. The is us. Their shit was 3.5 years. 4 tops. That's a statement of fact, everybody. I'm not being hyperbolic. This alleged thing that they still trying to milk for all the sympathy of humanity was 3.5 years, bitch, in one place. Sip on that for a moment. You must be reminded of that because you have to have context. Because people are just buying into the hype and the seduction that they're putting out. You understand? And I'm trying to help you understand why you don't even have a fucking single moment of sympathy for these fucking people. Not one. 3.5 years. Why were you attacked in Germany? Tell us that. Why? If you were. And you never mentioned the Afro-Germans that were also in many documentations, many thousands, but we never hear about that. We just hear about your big-nosed white ass. Why? Tell us now. Go. We just like to have that answer. Just love to have that answer. Just love to have that. Why? I always tell you the most beautiful thing that comes out of the mouth of a child is that glorious word. Why? Instead of it getting on our nerves, it should be a reminder for us. Yeah, why? Why? Because you see, as time marches on, that's one of the things they don't want you to ever remember, is to ask why. So You want us to have all this sympathy for this alleged event that happened to you, which we don't believe. And we're supposed to just take you at your word. So if somebody else wants to believe it, we'll leave space for that. We'll leave space and grace. But as African people, we don't believe a fucking thing that comes out of the mouth of white people unless we have absolute unrefuted evidence that we can see, touch, smell, and taste. Period. Because they've lied about our entire existence. So we're supposed to believe you now about some shit that happened to you when you lied about every fucking thing that happened to me? That's inconsistent, everybody. It's anti-intellectual. It's beyond stupid. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. In fact, you go the extreme opposite. If they proclaim anything, it's absolutely a fucking lie until you can prove it otherwise. Like we haven't given any space or grace, just like it's a fucking lie until it must be proved. It comes to me in truth. No benefit of doubt to be given here. We don't need to. We don't need to. So 3.5 to 4 years, you claim you were, and they come up with these pictures of people emaciated and they're down to their bones. Funny, that's what I see in Congo and in Somalia. Oh my God, I'm seeing that same image in the Sudan and in Gaza. I'm supposed to care about your white ass? I don't think I'm supposed to. Let me just check to see if I'm supposed to care about it. No, not supposed to care about that at fucking all. But why? Why? Because the Nazis are white people, ugly and fucked up looking, and so are you. Why did they come after you? And why this nice round number of 6 million? Why? Again, why? 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 So because I don't have anything and you've not given me any why of it all, and I see your true mask is off in Gaza, then I say, well, they probably were killing your ass because you're a fucking savage, murdering devil. They knew you were demonic and evil. Because what I see you doing in Gaza is you're making fun of the dead. They've dug up their graves, everybody. Do you know that? They've systematically been just digging up Palestinian graves. Did you know this? This is a specific evil known only to fucking white people. We have no record of anybody else, certainly not Africans, doing no shit like the shit they do. At all. So when you hear even the worst thing that you hear a black person has done, you slough that shit off and say it'll never be worse than some shit that white people have done, so it means nothing. It has no impact on me. No impact. It means nothing. Means nothing. Show me where an African person has killed 35,000 people. I'd just like to see it. We don't have it. We don't have it. Show me now where any African has unleashed a fucking biological weapon, AIDS, Ebola, Corona, what was the shit? Just some other shit. Show me where any African person has unleashed a bioweapon on humanity. We just don't have it. We don't have it. We don't have it. Or anybody else, quite frankly. That's all white people. Show me now where anybody other than white people has used a nuclear device. I'd just like to see that evidence. Oh, we don't have it. Damn it. Show me where anybody other than white people has come up with technology to control weapons that can cause earthquakes, massive earthquakes in targeted areas, and rain and hurricanes and shit. Show me that. Oh, no one else except for white people. Wow. Oh. Okay. Show me where anybody else other than this white devil has totally taken on the identity of somebody else that was not even them. Show me. Show me. Just show me. I always tell you the Jedi is happy to be wrong. It's one of the ways that you learn. It's one of the ways you're always right too. Because once you're corrected, now you know that for sure. You see? Show me. Show me. We don't have it. Because it's, as I said in my opening, the white man is the devil, the definition of evil, the cause of all unrest and strife to all of humanity on this bitch. Do you understand? I'm laying my foundation. I don't need to make dramatic statements. The truth is strong enough on its own. That's all I need to proclaim is the truth. That's it. That's it. As one of my kings said, Rahim of Allah, rest his soul to Muhammad Ali. He was being interviewed on British television by some white devil with fucked up teeth. They're going in all different directions. I mean, but the white devil says to Muhammad Ali, you know, you follow the teachings of Muhammad, of Elijah Muhammad. You see, like they love to just fuck up the shit, you see. Just like you need to punch in the face if you say Muslim ever again. You should fall where you stand. You understand? Because you only got that from the white devil. And he says that the white man's the devil. Do you believe the white man's the devil? Muhammad Ali gave his answer and he said, but here's the thing. As a part of his answer, he said, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad pointed out that they've never come out to deny that they are the devil. They've never come out to deny it. That's what that's part of the answer that Muhammad Ali gave him. They haven't. They won't. They can't, because they know they're the fucking devil. They know it. And they're kind of proud of it. They're kind of proud of it. Because remember, no book or prophet has been sent to these people. They're completely godless. This is their everything. This is everything. Just this one life. They don't believe in a hereafter. We've always believed and known that there's more to existence than this. All of our ancestors have recorded and given us examples proclaiming this as an understanding. Even how they buried our dead in the ancient times, signifying to us they were preparing for something after this. You see? So, but with that knowledge comes a certain fear of the one that created you. If you know there's something after this, it changes everything. Unless you're a total disaster. Or you just don't have a brain. If you think this is it, you have a different character than if you know for sure this ain't all it is. This is just the warm-up session. That's it. When you come into that understanding, you're automatically different. You're different. This is why we don't articulate the same level of savagery and violence on earth and upon humanity that this white devil does. But as I've said and will continue to say, we define our violent bone as a people. Because you can have a dog that's peaceful. Just because he bites one hateful bitch does not make that a bad dog. He just knew he needed to bite that bitch. Good for you, Fido. Give him an extra bone. You see? So we need to understand we don't become that and stop buying into this vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Fuck you and that passage, because that's not what the Lord said. That wasn't the Lord. That was this white devil. Yet again, you see? Seducing you away from the truth of even the one who created you. Because they want you to stay off their white ass. They want all of humanity to stay off their white ass. And you're seeing this in Gaza. You're seeing the true nature of how they think, they feel, and the lengths that they will go to for anything. They don't want the protesters, the Palestinians, nobody saying from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. But they can say it. Because why? They're the owners and the definition of fucking hypocrisy also, bitch. The definition of hypocrisy is these fucking people. So that's why you need the word to exist. That's it. Because they exist.
You don't have them, you don't have that word. No need for it in any vernacular across humanity. You don't need it. You don't need it. They take that as a threat. Really, bitch? Because you're the one murdering, killing, and bombing. So somebody just saying some shit? Let me see. Somebody punches me in the face or somebody talks shit about me. I'm torn. That's the psychotic, fucked up state they want you to be in. Fuck that. As I said to you, they don't define your thoughts or what you say. Stop letting them define your perception of them. And as Dr. Maya Angelou said, when they show you who they are, believe them the first time. You should know this white devil better than you know your own family. You should know them. Because when you know them, this is the shit you say and how you sound. The happy Negro is the ignorant Negro. Do you understand? That won't be changing. That won't be changing. So now I hear, and I pulled an article, but I'm hearing that there was some offer of a ceasefire. The Palestinians accepted it. But of course, the white devil, who is not capable of peace, because they're the definition of violence, still attacking Rafah. Wants them to evacuate Rafah. Where are they supposed to go? Oh, you want them completely out of Palestine, completely. Death to Israel. Should have happened a long fucking time ago. And where are the Arab nations? Stop with your fucking diplomacy. Why don't you fucking go and use the same shit against them they're using against the fucking Palestinians? Why? Why are you sitting on your fucking hands? Every rocket owned in that bitch should be on its way to fucking Israel. Why isn't it? Why isn't it? Why? And for all the Muslim nations, I remind you what Allah has instructed us in the Quran. We don't do that and turn the cheek shit. We are an eye for a fucking eye, people. That's the instruction given to us by the divine. An eye for an eye. So you have no excuse. None. So they want them to evacuate. Then what? Because for the last 8 months, it's move here, you'll be safe. And they kill you. Move here, you'll be safe. And they kill you. Now, Rafah, last place, you're killing them. I saw a little girl, Rahimullah. And I'm grateful that Allah has allowed me to remember when I see these little babies, instead of feeling great sorrow, to feel great joy. Because these little babies, first of all, they go straight to paradise. Straight to paradise. But second to that is that they don't have the burden of having to live, grow up now, in that part of the world where their families would still be trying to rebuild their lives and literally put their existence back together and things like that. Like, you're fortunate that at a time when you don't even understand what death is, that you were taken and you get to go straight to paradise. So that's a positive. Having said that, it still made me cry, because all of this was just gone on this left side of her face. No. Wait, they laid her down. It was the left side. Yeah, it was the left side of her face. She looked absolutely precious. And the brothers were standing over her. They had her on like a table. If you hear somebody saying, no, she's dead, she is dead, she is dead, you know. And then he looked like the doctor, but he could have been the father. Whatever. Anyways, he then picked her up and was carrying her off. But we must also remember, too, everybody, that white collusion, white allegiance, white evil. White people are the same. They are evil, and they agree. So that's why you have all of your fucking elected leaders licking the fucking shitty ass of this shit stain called Israel. Do you understand? Here it is, an election year. You would think any politician, certainly the president who's trying to run for a second term, would be trying to really keep the slate kind of clean. But you have to ask yourself, why don't Biden give a fuck so much that he's like, fuck it, I'm still rolling hard with Israel, give a fuck? Why? There's that word again. Why? Why does Israel run this bitch? Don't tell me about Israeli lobbies and shit. And something else I learned that I didn't know. There's a law, like a document, if you will, that if you are a foreign country and you give money to, you know, any politicians or the government here, you're supposed to sign something as a foreign something. I forget the language right now. And the reason why is because, just slipped my mind. I think I saved my evidence on that, and we're going to come to it. But they didn't sign. They never signed it. This fucking shit stain. They never signed it. So why do they have this special carte blanche? And then ask yourself also, why is America willing to punish its own citizens over a foreign nation? Like, they're trying to make legislation to where you can't even fucking criticize Israel. American Congress is trying to do that. Why? Because that's not your country, or is it? You see, why you so riding the fuck out of Israel's dick? Why? 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 And for those of you who did your homework, I gave you several weeks ago or whenever it's been, and I talked about it over the years, but the attack on the USS Liberty. It was a intelligence ship, and it flew the largest fucking American flag ever stitched. The Israeli planes flew so close to it that the survivors said they literally were waving to the pilots and they were waving back at them. They could see each other eye to eye. And for hours, they bombed the fuck out of this ship. They knew it was American. And why then did America cover it up? They took it to a dry dock in another country and patched it up first so it wouldn't look like it had been bombed to shit before the American public saw it. Then we hear about the dancing Israelis on 9/11, who, when they were being asked about it on a television program, said we were just there to document the event. Really? You were there to document an event that no one knew was going to happen, so you knew you needed to be there to document something that you didn't know was going to happen. Not understanding. You see? But again, an Israeli hand. How many times have I brought you videos where I show you this Netanyahu fuck stands in the chamber, in the dais, the chamber of the Congress, and addresses both houses like he's the fucking leader of the country. Nobody else does that. There's not even an American president goes to another country and dresses their parliament like as if they the fucking part of the government. Nobody else does that shit. But there was BB addressing joint houses of Congress, and they're standing and clapping and going up and down like they would if the president was given the State of the Union. Why? Why? Before anybody casts another vote in this bitch for any fucking body, the American people need to be told, why are you so in fucking bed with these motherfuckers? Why? Why? Because you so in bed with them, it seems like we should have an American passport and a fucking Israeli passport just given to us at birth and shit. Like you have dual citizenship from birth. Because we're so in fucking bed with these fucking people. Why? What do they do for you that they're such an ally? One of the things I know they do, because I tell you, the God of white people is money, everybody. They love material shit more than you will ever. I don't give a fuck how materialistic you are. They are the fucking definition of love of material shit. Because remember, they only think this is the only life. So they're only living for this. That's why they're evil and they give a fuck what they do. And they can sleep easy after they've killed a bunch of people and shit and shoot somebody down the street and go home. And they can lie about it and they all jump in and be in cahoots and shit because they have no fucking soul at all. And so one of the things that they do is that they test untested weapons on the Palestinians for decades. And why that's a benefit from a business standpoint is because now you can take those weapons to market and say they've been battle tested. That gives them value. Because when other armies are buying weapons, they want to know, does the shit work? Here's Israel ready with the fucking evidence to show you the shit works. We got the video and everything. You see? So shit has been used on the Palestinians that we will never understand or know because of this shit-stained, fucked up place called Israel. Know this. There is no such thing as a fucking Jew anywhere in the Torah, in Quran, in the scriptures. That is a modern term. Again, to hide the truth. Because remember, they are the very definition of deception, this white devil. So there's only and always ever been Israelites, everybody. The children of Israel, the Bnei Israel, as they're known in the Quran. Not no fucking Jew. That's a modern term, a modern era term. It has nothing to do with scripture or any revelation from God. There's no such thing as a fucking Jew. That's a whole imposter ass fucking word and identity and every fucking thing else. Do you understand? The Israelites is us. It's us. Damn it, it's us. So give a fuck what they want to call themselves. You're not even that. As I've always told you, anybody can decide they're going to read Torah and they want to follow the way of Judaism. That no problem. No problem. But that does not make you Semitic at all. And it does not make you special at fucking all. Do you understand? It does not make you special. Do you understand? So they've stolen our identity as the chosen people of Allah who have been dispersed across the four corners of the earth and we don't know who we are and all of that. We're the people who have been persecuted up to the fucking very moment I'm speaking right now. These are not persecuted as fucking people. And yes, the Zionists do own and control every fucking thing. Yes, they run fucking Hollywood. Yes, they run the fashion industry. Yes, they run the music industry. Yes, they run fucking television. Yes, they run the banks. Yes, yes, God damn it, yes. Yes, damn it. That's the Zionists, not the Orthodox. I called the rabbi that I told you guys about. I let you hear our conversations. I called him. I've been wanting to call him forever but since my phone debacles that I've had since before I went to Africa, my contacts are all fucked up, and so I found his number in an old phone, and finally I called it yesterday and left a message so he could call me while I'm sitting here. Who knows? But I'm very keen to be able to speak to him now because I want to know. I'm taking the gloves off. Those of you who heard our previous conversations, you know that I was just played dumb and just wanted to get information and see, but the gloves are off now, and I really want to indict and persecute and see where he is on the spectrum, because this is a time in history, a time in existence where that spark I talked about. This is a time in this spark where there is no opinion to be had. There's only one fucking way to feel about this shit. If you don't feel that way about that, then your bitch ass needs to die where you stand right now. That's it. That's it. I don't want to hear definitions of genocide and what constitutes and this and the third. Give a fuck. If you just lost every fucking body that you ever knew in your life, you don't give a fuck what they call it. You just lost everybody that you fucking knew in your life. Don't give me labels. Don't do it. Don't. Anyone who has breath in their lungs should be saying, fuck Israel. That's it. Because this is not, this is, and again, going back to, this is not October 7th. Anytime that Hamas, and I already proved to you that October 7th did not happen. Did not happen. Because if it did, they would plaster that footage all over the fucking media in this country that they own. And it would just be wall to wall. You wouldn't be able to watch shit else. Not even on your streaming services. Like just Netflix would cut in and shit. You like this, you wouldn't be able to watch shit else in this bitch. Nothing at all. So it didn't happen. But if it had happened, the Palestinians have any right of their choosing to attack their bitch ass. Because you're on our land, bitch. So it's like if you just storm into my house and set up shop on my couch. It don't matter when I do it. I can strike on your ass when I want to because you're in my house. I can do that. I can do that. But again, this white devil changing reality. Because there are people who don't like to accept what's real. That's why they have all this escapism and and you don't ever have to just be in what's happening right now. You can escape something different, do something, be distracted some sort of way, other way, So they will give you that this horrific thing happened on 7th October, and this is why we're just defending ourselves. And no, you're not. A 3-year-old, no shade to 3-year-olds. 3-year-olds know you hit me, I hit you back, I got my revenge. I did it. That's it. Not we're 3, you hit me, I hit you back, I'm done. Now I'm 16, I'm coming to your mama house. I'm still doing that shit for what you did when I was 3. Bitch, that you already got your lick in. This is something else. That's this. They use this lie of 7th October that something had happened that did not happen, everybody. Because, and it used to be a false flag. You did some shit, and then you had a big spectacle like 9/11 and go, oh my God, 19 Arabs attacked us. Quick, attack Iraq. Now, Israel's like, fuck it, we're so gangster, we just proclaim it happened. They send out all the memos to the press because they all say the exact same shit. If I see fucking Pierce Morgan's bitch ass in real life, it's going to be on site. Fuck him. But he's just one example of reading the script. But Hamas says they want you to do it over and over and over again. They always say it 3 times. Every fucking time. Not Hamas said they'll do this shit again. It's never that. They have to say that. And they have to say that it was horrific and it was the worst attack since 9/11 and it was the worst thing in fucking humanity. And it's not, bitch. It's not. Show me now, you know, where, as I said to you a million times, I ain't seen no Israeli bitch running through the street with even a broken toenail. A paper cut in this bitch. You just can't find it. But they're so persecuted and under attack from Hamas, everybody. They're just in danger. They can't go on. They just can't go on. While I'm seeing bodies being pulled out from under the rubble in Gaza, I'm seeing babies, I'm seeing women, I'm seeing body parts, I'm seeing guts hanging out, I'm seeing all the shit that you claiming that you so afraid of not happening to your white ass. Is exactly not happening to your white ass. Like I say, we don't have any images of mass white suffering. And it's good for the psyche of all humanity that we get those images some kind of way. Because we don't have it. It's one of the reasons why they show this fucking Holocaust bullshit. That's all you got? From a 3.5-year ordeal that happened in one place with one group of people, if the shit happened and it was over? That's it? We have no images of mass white suffering. Where do we have it? Where do we have it? Meanwhile, I got to see my brother stirring a big ass pot in Congo to try and feed a few thousand people that are there. You've seen these images somewhere else. No white suffering anywhere at fucking all. That's a problem. Because what this arc has taught me also is that people got to feel what you feel. That's why I say do unto others as they do unto you. And they don't do the shit no more. Fuck forgiveness. My ass. How does this tie into, because I want to get to my multimedia stuff. This ties into, everybody, this, I don't have a vile enough name for his bitch ass. This DJ Vlad person. Because the first thing I ever said about him going back was, why are all these black people going to talk to this motherfucker? Why? 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 Everybody. It's not just rappers. It's like all our people. Who was up there that I was just like, even so-and-so. I mean, just anybody, like anybody you're going to name. They go to that fucking blood sucker. Because that's what he is. He don't be on camera. He's making many millions off of our people. And he don't do shit for black people. That's a bloodsucker. You understand? It's like a mosquito. A mosquito comes and sucks, don't do shit. Well, a mosquito's not really a bloodsucker because at least a mosquito will leave you with a bump. I mean, they did something. You know. But this is a parasite that comes to suck off of us and then gives nothing. I remember when the guy, I can never say his name. He's some rapper. I don't know. He used to be up there all the time, but then they had a falling out because of some shit that this bloodsucker said about Louis Farrakhan. And they wanted him and Godfrey wanted this bloodsucker to apologize, and he was like, nah, he's not apologizing. They was like, fuck it, we'll have shit else to do with you then. You know, like, we're not coming back on your platform. That was good. Now we have Club Shay Shay. And I also, in addition to this dust up between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, he's also made statements about Club Shay Shay. I was waiting on that. Waiting for it. Because one of the things I've been contemplating with all the success of Shannon Sharpe was that finally, this is where our people need to go. I'm sure he's got problems because he seems like one of them kumbaya ass niggas that's not keeping it 100% black, you know. But for now, at least take your bitch ass there. You understand? We should shut this Zionist fuck down because he doesn't have any white guests on there. He don't even have no white guests. He only have black people up there. Fuck black people for going on that bitch. But he had some kind of shit that he talked about Shannon Sharpe's show. He was also criticizing Shannon Sharpe for not going on any podcasts or whatever. What, I guess you want Shannon Sharpe on your show, you fucking Zionist bitch? You blood-sucking fuck? Is that what you want? Because remember, everybody, the history of these fucking Zionist-ass people, these so-called white people who want to be some special-ass Jew or some shit, they've always blood-sucked off of us. Going back after the Emancipation Proclamation, during the time of sharecropping, remember, we couldn't just walk into stores and we couldn't buy stuff and do stuff. So they set up their little shit around us. They were the convenience store. They were the shit. They would sell your feed and your incidentals and your stuff that you needed. Even growing up in Chicago, the man that came around and collected my grandmama's rent was a fucking big nose ass fucking Zionist bitch. The motherfuckers that had the store were fucking these big nose ass white ass people. You understand? This is south side of Chicago. When I saw black people doing business with us, was the brothers came out with these big ass trucks that was the fruit trucks. You brought the watermelons from them, the greens, all the produce, that just fresh and everything. That was the truck, man. And that's when it was black people. You understand? So they have always attached themselves to us. Now they relinquished the retail end of it to the Korean and the stinking ass fucking Arab whose blood sucks off our community now, and the fucking Asian. They've given those little things to them now because they've now reincarnated themselves as they're at your side as your stylist, bitch. And there they are as your manager and your agent. And they are your accountant. And they've attached to the music artists, the athletes. All of our celebrities have fucking white big nose ass people with some Stein Goldberg Khan name next to them. You understand what I'm telling you? I had the privilege and honor of letting myself just go, and I came across, because there's this guy. I don't know what led me to it. I was watching Amanda Seales, and you know how you just go down the rabbit hole. Somehow, one minute I'm watching Amanda Seales on Club Shay Shay. That's my angry sister right there too. Give a fuck for black people who want to talk shit about Amanda Seales. See me, bitch. See me if you want to talk shit about Amanda Seales. See me. Fuck you. Because we're sick and tired of dumbass black people who don't understand a fucking thing about anything, having some shit to say about shit. But there she was. And somehow it led me to this guy. His name is something Roach. Fuck, I gotta know it right now. His last name is Roach. He looks just the fuck like Tyler Perry. I'm like, nobody gonna say he look just like Tyler. Y'all not gonna say he look just like Tyler Perry. But y'all don't see he look like just like fucking Tyler Perry. You don't see. It's Tyler Perry, y'all. Celebrity stylist named Roach. Law Roach. Law Roach. His first name is Law, last name Roach, and I think he's from Chicago like me. I was very taken by him because once you got through the fucking bullshit. He really had something to say. He really had something to say. And he was saying the right shit about his understanding about race. And I learned more than what I already knew about even that part of the industry, you know, like even, you know, when I was just citing for you that they attach themselves to our people. Well, it goes even down to that level. He's a stylist and you know, like he had black celebrities that let him know, like, they gave us this list of people to call. You weren't even on the list, but I had seen you did Zendaya and I wanted you to give me a look. And he had worked with all these other people and he got to a high level, like he's styling white people. That's supposed to be the creme de la creme. You got to go and see him. He's really something. But I mentioned him because that led me to a guy, another stylist dude, because then it was a round table of stylists, like, you know, and they was talking about the industry. Again, me loving the behind the scenes of stuff. But this guy, his last name is anyway, he's another black stylist and he's really big. But thank God he has a black lover, dude. I'm like, I know you with a white dude. I just know it's another fucking white motherfucker. But alas, is not. And that's its own thing. But I mention that just to say that, you know, even down to that level, you know, we talk about gatekeepers and things like that. We hear about the Illuminati and all this kind of thing. You're talking about these fucking Zionist ass, big nose ass, ugly, fucked up, pathetic, inferior ass white people who don't have shit without us. We're paying for every mansion, every fucking Ivy League college, every fucking Ferrari and Bentley. We are paying for that shit. Instead of black people saying, fuck you, we have an anti-white policy, we're going to have black representation. That's just what it's going to be. You understand? You got to draw the rats out. Draw them out. Draw them out. Draw them out. We got to be over these kumbaya ass black people with their bullshit. Maxine Waters, bitch. Anyways, to put myself back on track. So this Vlad bloodsucker, why it was finally worthy of me to speak on it is because he tried to insert himself in the Drake Kendrick thing. Now, you know, all know I don't like fucking Drake. And I'm disgusted at black people that you all, I don't know, no nigga, Drake, that's Drake. They always get like, fuck you and Drake, bitch. There's nothing special about Drake at fucking all. Nothing. And how has he been allowed to be accepted as black in the culture? How? I don't believe that's his father that I've seen. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't need to. Again, using what Allah has given me. When I see that dude, I don't see him. I don't. You want to say that your adopted father? We can get into it. Don't tell me that you're a fucking biological father. I don't believe you. But he's been very clear, what I've known about him since I knew who he was, he's been very clear to identify himself with these big nose ass people. You see? And I don't think I've heard anything from him on even what the slaughter that's happening in Gaza. So I appreciated that Kendrick Lamar was going after his bitch ass. But, and I think I saved the video because I'm going to show you him with his little fucking yarmulke and all the bullshit that made me vomit. But this Vlad bloodsucker decides he was going to have some shit to say about it. And then the right black people went in on his ass to tell him to stay in his bitch ass lane. So why it became worthy, that would have been enough, but not quite. What sent it over like, I will speak on this, was he decided he was going to try and get this professor, this sister, fired from her job at Princeton. This is when you find the motherfucker's house. You understand what I'm telling you? So let's first, do I want to start with video or article first? I think we want to start with, first I want to see who's here. I might be sitting here talking to my fucking self. How about that? Excuse me. Also, let me put the link in the chat for anybody who wants to come on. You don't have to be by yourself. We can have up to 10 people on camera. If you want to come on and have your say on any of these issues. What am I doing? These are the same thing, everybody. It's the same thing. Don't think anything else. Because you would just be wrong. Damn it. Just be wrong. All right, who we got? Andrea Smith, a big shout out to you, Queen. Nixie, I love that intro, Mr. Jedi. It's bloody fantastic. Thank you, Nixie, and a big shout out to you in the UK, I believe. Let me just get to everybody, shout them out. Brandon Smith, a shout out to you. Will be on your path, Jedi. Let not provocateurs distract you. Amen. That's the truth. Thank you for that, Brandon. Sean Scott, a big shout out to you as always. Good to see you, Sean. I don't know who you are. Asian writing. I don't read Mandarin, but shout out to that. Righteous indignation, righteous. Good to see you, Queen. You say good evening, y'all. Jedi going live. Made my Monday. Not a grand mal seizure. Always say when they dance, it looks like a malfunctioning. It really does. Black Beauty, always a big shout out to you, Queen. Jack Uptone, it's been a minute, Jack. Damn. Big shout out. Mino Kino, shout out to you, Queen. I'll come back and read y'all. I just want to shout people out. Ricky Beatty, Alabama is with you all the way, Jedi. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that. J9, a big shout out to you, J9. Always good to see your name and your face. Big shout out to you, J9. And Terrence, my brother. I love you, man. Big shout out to you, Terrence. Just quickly read some of these. While I pull up, what I want to pull up first. Do I want to? We'll start with the articles. That will set the tone for, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Nixie, you say, always such a pleasure to catch your live streams. I hope you are well, Mr. Jedi. I'm doing as best I can, Nixie. Thank you for that. Yeah, don't forget to thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You go on, you say, life is incredibly hard. I am tested every single day. We understand. I am just happy for the time you are able to share with us. I appreciate you appreciating that. Please don't be hard on yourself, Jedi. Life is a huge challenge. I think especially now in this day and age where the vibration of the world is so low. I'll address that. FYI, IG, Facebook, and other Zionist-owned media platforms have placed restrictions on any political content that shed too much light as to what the shit stain is doing. Not many news outlets have reported this. Because remember, they run everything. Jews, big-nosed white people were worse offenders than them. I looked into it. Either way, it is tragic. That's to Brandon, but Brandon hasn't said anything yet. Brandon, be well on your path, Jedi. I read that. Nixie, I read that black slavery was started by big-nosed white people. But the Arabs were also big offenders in this. Let's face it, the Semitic tribes look down on us black folks, always have and always will. I'll address that. But Jedi, I have to defend my father who was white. May God rest his soul. He loved black people and worked in Nigeria for 10 years. Not all white folks are bad. They are all bad, Nixie, and I'll defend that. But know that two things can be true. You don't have to adopt my thinking, and you can still love your father, and the truth can still remain. I'll come back. I'll address that. You say, but yes, it's the powerful white folks who have ruined this world. I see Carlos. Shout out to you. I don't see you here. But big shout out to you, Carlos. Sean, I don't know what Chaton is. Oh, you meant Shaitan, I think, right? Shaitan, yes. Let me skip some of these, Nixie, so I can get some other people. I'll come back. Jack, you say they're working on a law to prevent black people from calling out their anti-blackness. Yeah, fuck these people. Listen, as long as I live, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say, and they can kiss my entire ass. Every stitch of it. Whoever this Asian writing is says DNA analysis of other members of Israel's ruling class defense minister Yoav Gallant, Polish minister, and retired Army General Benny Gantz are Romanian. They're still white devil. Like I said earlier, I don't give a fuck Romanian. I'm Irish. I'm Italian. I'm so-called Jewish. They're fucking white people. We got to see them as one fucking thing because that's what they are, and they know it. Righteous, you say, good evening, Jedi. Going live. Oh, you read that. And I read that. Black Beauty. Hello, Jedi, and the Black Global Family. Jack, you say they never really deny being the devil. Right. They know they're the devil. They know it. Mino, you say good morning. Jedi. So where are you at, Mino, in the world that it's good morning? Another shout out to you, Ricky. Lord Jamar, thank you, Sean Scott. You are my favorite. That's who it is. I can never call his name. I can see him clear as day. I even hear him. I just can never say Lord Jamar. You say, I cannot stand Vlad. Hallelujah. Glory. J9. Drake is an opportunist. He collaborates with anybody for a come up. And but even before he gets to his collabs, he's just what a stinking big nose Zionist is. They fucking leech onto us for their fucking, their money and wealth and shit. Fuck Drake. And the bitch that gave birth to him. That bitch. Also, I'm going to try and find the Kendrick Lamar piece, everybody, because I have a receipt that I'm going to show you where Kendrick literally took the copyright off his stuff so that content creators could use it, and those who have monetized channels can still get paid on the content. That's a king right there. That was a king ass fucking move. That is a king ass move. That's a king ass move. Damn it. Yeah, Carlos, what's good? Let me first pull our first article, and then I'll try and read some of these, Nixie. You say black people are the true Israelites. They usurped you, and now they won't even allow black people into Israel. Well, they do with much reluctance. And there are some Ethiopian Jews that they allow there and stuff like that. But listen, it's just fucking evil ass white people. Just fuck these people, man. Like I tell you all the time, everybody, you can ask Allah for anything, and I pray for the deaths of people. I do. I pray for people to die the fuck off. And I'm asking Allah to exterminate these people from existence into nothingness. The sight of them makes me vomit. They have inverted this world where good is bad and bad is good. I truly feel we must be close to the end. And don't give me acronyms, Nixie. I'm not advanced enough, and it slows me down because I have to sit here for 10 minutes and figure out what the acronym is. Just type it. I am relieved because this world is not a nice place to be. The world is a very nice place to be. The world is a very nice place to be. The presence of white people fucks it up. It's kind of like when you hear people say, life isn't fair. Life is very fair. People just don't care. Life is very fair. People just don't give a fuck. Again, we have to be careful of the slogans that we allow to seep into us from this white devil. You see, the world, no. Again, so you won't look at their white ass. The world is wonderful. It's amazing, and we could come into this this wondrous place if they didn't exist. I just wish I was born at a time when they didn't exist. We cannot let them get away with this. They are eroding our free speech. We must fight for it. Well, yeah, but as I say, like, I come from a place of they don't give me free speech. I have it. When my mama popped me out, I had every right I'm gonna need. They don't determine it or control it. I do. United we are many and they are few. And you say apparently DNA testing is illegal in Israel. Is it? I lost my place. You say yes, and the Mossad. No, I missed this. Mino, you say P. Diddy and Epstein come to mind. You say either that or they're compromised, and P. Diddy and Epstein come to mind. Yeah, we just got to be over fucking black people. You got to close the ranks, everybody. Got to close the ranks. You know, it goes back to what I've told you. Like, I'm someone who is fiercely loyal, but I must have it. You would never be in my inner circle unless you are fiercely loyal to me without fault at all. I don't accept it because I know what I give. But extrapolate that out. We need that. We need that as a group. And you got to be willing to be over fucking black people who aren't on the level, who want to sing some of that other bullshit. Asia Lee, a big shout out to you. You say, yes, it is illegal in Israel. Well, somebody bring me a receipt. How'd I know? Nixie, you say, I have a 20-minute documentary about the racism towards black people in Israel. Would you like me to post the link? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Our first piece will be on this bloodsucker, because, as I say, this was the thing that made him worthy, sort of the straw that broke the camel's back. Interesting, both these publications are using the same picture. All right, let's bring you in. I guess this one. Oh, Marcus, I see you, but you're having some kind of issue. I'm going to bring you on. All right, we'll do this one first. Because after he was told, and hopefully I can show you some of the Twitter posts that made me aware of this whole thing, because people were dragging his ass the fuck back. And that's how I learned about this angle of it, that this Princeton professor, he was now tagging or setting posts or so. I don't know how that shit worked with tagging, and I don't know that. But apparently he was doing that to try and fuck up her job at Princeton. You see, this is when you find his fucking house. But the bloodsucker, the big nose, ugly as fuck, pulls a Karen by dragging black woman Princeton professor over Kendrick Drake beef. On Monday, one of hip-hop's biggest culture vultures tried to backtrack, but it was no use. And this is the piece of shit there. Is this the best? I don't know. I don't know if this is the best setup. Which one are we using? Let's try this one. No, I hate that. It's too little. The article. I thought I had more options than this. Where did it go? Oh, pull down. Okay, maybe this is better. Because I like for you guys to be able to, if you want to read along, you can, you know, try to do that. Anyways, the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef is the most exciting moment in music right now. I want to stop and say this before I get started. I've also been the one who's been very clear to say to my people that, you know, when I first, even to this day, you hear how niggas talk about Eminem. Oh, Eminem, that's my dude. I've never heard a fucking word he's ever said that I could understand. How dare you let one of them in? We got to close the fucking door, everybody. Unapologetically, this is a black space. Your white ass is not welcome here. Won't give a fuck about your feelings. Bye-bye. You let one of them in to anything and you've ruined the entire fucking thing. Doesn't matter what it is. So just the fact that you're even allowing anybody white to be even in hip hop. You know, listen, think about it. Asians, there's certain shit you never going to happen. Go to China right now and think you're going to open up any fucking thing in China. You are not. You are not. You are not. It's some shit they're just not having. Because you're not fucking Asian. Damn. On Saturday, K. Dot once again dragged Drake's bitch ass for utter filth with his latest diss track, Not Like Us. And I love the piece, man. I love the cadence of it, I like the music, I like what he's saying, I love everything about it. I think I wrote it. I think I did. They're gonna get back to me. They're telling me I may have wrote it. I may have written it. They're telling me. All right. The battle has led to a nonstop flow of social media commentary, including by culture vulture and bloodsucker and big nose shit stain piece of shit, who was better off keeping his opinion to himself. Oh, on quote, on Not Like Us, which is an absolute club banger, Kendrick calls Drizzy a pedophile and an outsider to black culture. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you're not a colleague, you fucking colonizer, Kendrick ruthlessly rapped. And when I heard, I don't know if it was Not Like Us, but remember I told you guys, I don't know, a few weeks ago, there was some diss track that Kendrick had done where he was saying he was dressing that his hair won't nap up. Like, why are you always wearing it a certain way? Because you know it won't nap up. I don't remember the exact quote, but remember I was telling you because I bitched about people like that are supposed to be black, but we never see them grow any hair. Like, so, but we accept you as black. Nah, fuck that. And I always point to Cory Booker, the senator from Newark, from Newark, from Newark, from Newark, from Newark. Like I'm just gonna need a pubic hair. I'm just gonna need it. Blue eyes. I saw your whole family sitting in the fucking audience when you were on The View. They all look white. Yeah, I don't believe you. Though DJ Mustard's production was impeccable on Not Like Us, DJ the shit stain bloodsucker, a white devil who has profited from black culture for years, chimed in to give his unwanted view on it. Kendrick, quote, Kendrick, Not Like Us needed a better mix. It takes away from the song, he wrote on X. Because now he's a fucking virtuoso musician and shit, apparently. Many responded to the shit-stained bloodsuckers asinine tweet, including author and Princeton University Professor Morgan Jenkins, who quote, "You are white. This is a black folk affair," she wrote in a reply that went viral on X. Okay. Then I guess this is I forget his name. He says that the bloodsucker is whack for a myriad of reasons, but in this you can tell he saw a black woman and a predominantly white university and tried to use his whiteness against her. Disgusting. But it's also another example that their white asses always turn on you. There are no good white people. They always turn on you. And something you were saying earlier, Nixie, you know, like I even have, there's a video that I brought where there's a black girl. Her mother is white. Her father is black. And when something she said, and her mother was putting her out because she was just representing blackness. It was a whole thing. I can't even, it was a whole thing. Anyways, Morgan says, "You are white. This is a black affair." And then that's when the fucking bloodsucker says, "Wait, so a professor at Princeton," so he put the at Princeton, "is telling me that a white person shouldn't be," I guess we'll see the rest of the post at some point, whatever. It took no time for the bloodsucker to channel his inner Karen and tag Jenkins University to snitch on her for hurting his feelings. Wait, quote, "Wait, so a professor at Princeton is telling me that a white person shouldn't be allowed to voice their opinion about hip hop? Is that how you interact with your students?" The fucking bloodsucker wrote. You see, where's his house? You see, don't tell me shit. Just like what's the address? But what's the address though? What is it? The professor quickly responded, quote, "What I'm saying is that you put your opinion in a discussion that's not needed. This conversation is and should center black people, not you." Of course, the bloodsucker refused. The big nose, fucked up looking bloodsucker refused to take the hint or the L. He threatened to contact Jenkins' place of employment. Quote, "Don't try to change your words now. I'll be reaching out to Princeton about this on Monday." You see, and he has mostly black men that go up there to see his bitch ass. So why don't y'all go up there and fucking handle his bitch ass? Why? 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 Because this shit will go down. We will all bitch about it. And fucking D.O. Hughley will have his bitch ass sitting up there tomorrow. Jenkins, who is the niece of music Titan Rodney Jerkins. Rodney, you know some people that can roll on this bitch and can pay them. Clarified that her semester was over and that her contract had been completed, prompting Vlad prompting the fucking fucked up looking ass bloodsucker to say his complaint would be placed on her quote on her permanent record, end quote, and that Jenkins had a quote typical victim mentality. Fuck this dude. I'm telling you, I always live in the wrong fucking place on the earth, and I don't have the type of financial gravitas to be able to do the shit that's in my fucking heart. This would not be an issue if I had my way. Because I'm not going to sit back and wait on fucked up faggot ass niggas that don't do a fucking thing for our fucking culture, but are ready to woof on another nigga in a heartbeat. But when our culture is attacked, y'all have a fucking thing to say at all. And that's another thing that came out in these designer, these stylists I'm telling you about. A lot of the shit of how people, they ain't helping each other, and how different black celebrities. Fuck all black people that are famous. Fuck every single one of you bitch asses. You don't do a fucking thing for black people. All y'all bitch asses need to be rolled on. Every fucking one of you. It's time for some serious fucking house cleaning. This is how the bloodsucker feels about black people. Typical victim mentality is insane for someone who profits off of black pain. The asshole then says, it's called a permanent record. Every university has one. I went to Berkeley myself. People spew ignorant and bigoted comments at you publicly and then act like they're getting bullied when they get a response. Typical victim mentality. Go ahead and take that at Princeton that yet again out of your profile, sweetie. You just admitted it's not even true anymore. See, and the comfort with what he's doing this with is what's pissing me the fuck off. Because if I know everybody know you is going to roll on my fucking house, my family, my extended fucking family, my unborn, I don't have shit to type. We've allowed these fucking white people to become too fucking comfortable. That's why there's the advent of the Karen. Because nobody's laying in a fucking pool of blood when they should be. Do you understand? Damn. You teach people how to treat you by what the fuck you allow. There'll be no repercussion for this shit other than in print. We should see him being hospitalized and on a fucking ventilator. Anything less is not acceptable. And the shit will happen again. I'm getting worked up. How many rappers have I heard have been shot? Or some rapper was up in a club and they rolled on another rapper, There was this young kid that there's a story long time back, and he was somewhere and he was just like on the street someplace, and they beat him up, they took his jewelry. It was a whole thing, man. Like, it was a major thing. Like, they really kind of left him for dead. And there's endless stories like that. But this shit will happen, and nobody fucking, like, I don't give a fuck if it's niggas or if it's females. If you're a black person, that money will make you do some shit. Fuck you and the bitch that gave birth to you. Because that means you don't have a moral compass. Anytime your morality is dictated by anything other than righteousness, you are a piece of shit. What's right should be unshakable and unnegotiable. That's how I live my fucking life. You will never have control over me because I don't give a fuck. Where am I? The piece of shit bloodsucker was immediately called out for threatening a black woman for no reason other than telling him to mind his business. Ultimately, the Kendrick Drake feud has sparked a large conversation on black culture and who authentically represents it. I'm going to bring you a piece from Boyce Watkins, who breaks it down. I totally agree with him. I've said this in my own language, but he's saying it in his, and he's just saying, like, you know, he's saying hip hop, but I'm basically saying all music, because we are the arbiters of all music. But we have become a guest in our own house, as we do with every fucking thing. Instead of owning it and saying it don't happen without us, fuck you. If you want this, it will be through us, or you just won't have it. We don't do that. And I have said we shouldn't allow any white artists to be doing hip hop. Only thing they can fucking do is buy the music. That's it. That's it. And what the fuck would a Zionist, big, stinking nose white devil be doing owning the masters of a rapper? Hip hop music. Because you see, hip hop isn't even hip hop anymore, in my view. You understand? It's just not. It's not. If it doesn't make it to my radar, it must be some bullshit. It just must be. Because I'm a musician and I'm a singer. I'm an entertainer. Like, I know music. I like music across every genre. You get in my car with me, you'll be like, you like that, you like that. But everything you will love. People love riding with me and they never complain about my music. Everything is good. And it's across everything. I only have good music. That's it. I know what's good. So if it was good, I would know about it. And it's not. You got the little fucking fairy little rappers walking around now. Everybody's dainty and shit with their little bullshit. Everybody's looking like a fucking girl. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The music is bullshit. Nothing is moving me. I hate it. On Monday, the fucked up looking big nose bloodsucker who created Vlad TV to use hip hop and black culture to line his pockets for almost 2 decades, bitch, tried to backtrack. Quote, I never had any intention of filing a complaint to Princeton. You see the forked tongue of this white devil? We have your words that you typed in print. And now this is the way of white people. They come back and exactly say they didn't say the shit that we just read, that you actually wrote it. So when it's like we had to record it and somebody wrote, you wrote the shit, now you want to say you didn't say it. It was very clear what you were threatening. And now, because you should be rolled on, but he's thinking about his bottom line. And we should make that real. Nobody black should ever show up on his fucking program again. If they do, motherfucking other niggas should handle them and him. That's the school I'm cut from. You're going to do what's right for the culture. We're going to make you if you don't want. You're going to fear us and the motherfucker. You're going to fear us. If you can't, if you just can't say no to massa, you're going to fear our black ass. You're going to have us to answer to. That's one of the things I love about gangs. You understand? Gangs aren't all bad, everybody. They're not all bad. There's a lot of good shit in gangs. A lot of good shit. And this is one of them. They stick to the fucking rules. They just goddamn it do. So you're not going to be like a part of the gang and then you pussyfooting on something because you're going to have to answer to the fucking gang. Give a fuck what you think. This is what we think as a group. So your shit doesn't work here. So they have to roll on you and your whole fucking family too. I'm not mad at it. I never had any intention, said the fork-tongued white devil, of filing a complaint to Princeton for former Professor Morgan Jenkins saying that white people aren't allowed to comment on Kendrick Lamar's. See, he's doubling down, still making the charge as while he's denying he said it. I never was going to do anything about her, like it's like dry snitching, like as if we two kids, right? We in front of our parents, and you giving me the look. I don't know why you looking at me. It wasn't like I was gonna tell mom and them you was in their room and took the $20 off the. That's a dead bitch because we right in front of mom and dad. And you telling on me. You dry snitching in front of mom and dad. You have to die. So you see what he did right there. You see this. I'll just read it again. I never had any intention of filing a complaint to Princeton for former professor, that's shade, Morgan Jenkins, saying that white people aren't allowed to comment on Kendrick's music he wrote on X. This motherfucker needs to be in a fucking cold grave 6 feet under, bitch. Like, we just can't allow the disrespect. You understand what I'm telling you? This is a game, and they do this because they don't. We've taken away the element of fear. They don't fear us, and I'm here on earth to be feared all day before I'm even respected. I'd rather be respected, but if you can't respect me, I don't give a fuck. You will fear me. You understand? Because fear is a motivator. I get results. I just goddamn it do. But then they show his tweet again. Since it's Monday, let me be clear. Let me clear the air and state I never had any intention of filing a complaint and demoralizing. Fuck you, white devil. She trolled me and I trolled back. She didn't troll you. She sat you in your fucking place as the white devil that you are, telling you that you don't have access to every fucking thing black just because dumbass, ignorant ass niggas come up on your fucking show to be seen for what reason I don't know. At the end of the day, it created an interesting discussion for who? About race relations in America. No, it didn't, bitch. And we're over interesting discussions. We want a fucking check in this bitch. Fuck discussion. I will be discussing it further in my future interviews. Trying to plug his fucking platform so you trying to drive traffic to us. You see what he's doing? Fuck this dude, man. I don't know if I can read the rest of this. How much is left? I don't know if we're going to make it, everybody. We're not going to make it. We might make it. Wait. Yeah, we'll make it because it's the last thing. Obviously, this is a lie as he tagged Princeton in his replies to Jenkins. Also, he has continuously misconstrued her words to make himself look like the victim in typical fucking white devil fashion. It's not shocking for him to center himself in this complex topic in order to stay relevant. But going after a black woman, what? It's not shocking for him to center himself in this complex topic in order to stay relevant. Fuck you, bitch. Who wrote this? Because you try to low key, we ain't really mad at you, Vlad. That's what that line is, everybody. Know what's in front of you. That's what this whole fucking, because there's no need for the sentence. No need. That's commentary. It's not a quote. It's not anything. That's the fucking writer just inserting the shit. Fuck this person. Who is this bitch? Fuck Candace McDuffie, bitch. We're not reading the rest of it. It was the last sentence. We're over it. We're moving to the next article. I can't do this. What am I doing? Did it just stop sharing? Marcus, are you coming on? Okay, this is about the asshole receiving the backlash. Let me see how long this is. I would just scan it to see if there's anything new. You guys know I always pull more than one publication when I pull publications because A lot of times you just copy and paste. There's nothing new to the story, but sometimes there is, you know, and we want to know that, or if there's something else, you know. So the fucked up looking the big nose fucked up looking bloodsucker received backlash for threatening black professor job over Drake versus Kendrick Lamar's comments. The bloodsucker is trending today for all the wrong reasons. Yesterday, the personality took to Twitter to weigh in on Kendrick Lamar's new Drake diss, Not Like Us. He made a comment about the mix, suggesting it could use some improvement. Morgan Jenkins, an author, editor, professor at Princeton University, and niece to Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, then replied, urging him to stay out of the viral conversation. You are white, she wrote. This is black folk. This is a black folk affair. He didn't take it kindly to the remarks. He quickly fired back. Wait, so a professor at Princeton, you see, that's the bullshit. That this conversation is and should center blah, 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 blah. Let's see, anything. Okay, we could hear this sister. Is this the sister? I think this is her.
Something very disturbing when it comes to this Kendrick and Drake back and forth.
I don't know if the audio is for you.
Kendrick and Drake. So if you're familiar with DJ Vlad, who built a career off of black culture, and he is not black, he decided to attack a black woman's job because she told him this is a black space. No, but seriously, DJ Vlad literally got mad because she said, you are white, this is a black folk affair. And he decided to start tagging Princeton, where she works, and says that he's going to reach out to them on Monday because she told him this is a black folk affair. That's it. She didn't call him out his name.
She should have.
Didn't call him any racial slurs.
Should have.
Nothing. She said this is a black folk affair. And he decides to go after her job. This man built a career off of black culture. He is not black. And he feels uncomfortable. He feels attacked because he is being told by someone in a culture he does not belong to, is saying that this ain't for you. Stay out of it. Now, historically speaking, in this country, black people existing in black spaces at some point was illegal. Black gatherings, black whisperings, black traditions, all were illegal in this country, to the point that white violence was allowed to thrive whenever black people existed in black spaces. And so what does Vlad do? He becomes his ancestors' wildest dreams and decides to attack a black woman who said this is a black space. It's a very colonizer thing to do. I truly hope that hip-hop artists are paying attention to what this man is doing, because he is a guest into black culture.
He's not a guest.
He is not of black culture. And he is trying to get a black woman fired for talking about her culture and saying this is our space. This is not for you to chime in. This is our space. That's all she said. And he feels the punishment for saying that you do not exist in our space is to get her fired. That's extreme. But yes, I truly hope you black artists stop going to Vlad.
Thank you.
Do not go where you are not celebrated, but tolerated. I want to point out that most people who think like Vlad don't do this to other cultures, but mainly black culture.
Right. That's 100% true. Damn it. Yeah, and then this is the last two paragraphs, and I'm just sort of scanning. Nothing new. Comedian Kevin Fredericks, or Kev on Stage, also has a similar take. He said that the bloodsucker is whack for a myriad of reasons, but in this you can tell he saw a black woman and predominantly white university. Oh, we read his quote, but we didn't know that's who they were quoting. So we read that already. All right. So that yielded at least that video clip. So that, again, the value of pulling more than one piece, everybody, even in your own life, when you're reading about a story, you're going to go find out about something, pull more than one source. I'm only pulling two, which is
which is unusual for me. Usually I pull like 3 or 4, you know, but I don't need to deep dive that much. The story is pretty much straightforward, you know, so I don't need to pull a whole bunch of reference shit, you know. I just don't need to do it. Marcus, did you want to come on and say something? Wave to me or something. Okay, wave again if you're ready to come on. Wave again. This is Marcus the Lion, y'all. I'm gonna bring you on.
There you go.
Oh, brother. What's up, man?
I was wondering if you could see me.
I can see you. You know, but when you're backstage, when you don't have the camera on, then I don't have no way to know if you're ready or you're not ready. You know, so
yeah.
So I'm glad you had the camera, because then I can. When you still backstage, only I could see you. That's why I'm like, wait.
Yeah, I'm here. Just relaxing in the bed.
Which I need to be back in right now. Thank you very much. My favorite place on earth is my bed. What do you want to say, Marcus?
Oh well, hey, today is my birthday. How about that? Check that
Happy
out.
birthday, brother! Happy birthday to ya! Happy birthday to ya! Happy birthday! That's as far as I know. How old are you today,
for 43 years.
Oh, you still a youngster? You feel me? You still young? You still a young prince? You're a young prince. Happy birthday, brother! And glory be to God for giving you 44 years.
Mm-hmm. I said I want to try this out on this phone. I wasn't sure. This is one of my old LG track phones. So
okay.
I said, hey, we'll just see how it does.
Right.
I said I'll just give it a try.
Well, I'm glad you did, man. Anybody else that wants to come on, remember we can have up to 10 people. So anybody wants to come on, you come on now, so you won't be all by yourself. Ooh. Because you remember Terrence used to be on our
yeah, that's right.
On our Skype sessions. Terrence was on the other week. Man, yeah, Terrence and he helped me, man, because I needed with technicals and stuff like that. But yeah, Marcus, it's been a minute, brother. You know, and I haven't heard from Daniel in Baltimore forever. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people just haven't found their way back to me. But damn, I'm still the Jedi. You know, I don't know, man. But remember Daniel? He was in the mixed martial arts.
Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah,
the other ones.
Yeah, we had some good conversations, dude. I recorded some of those, Marcus. I recorded some of them. I never released them because I wanted to be able to talk to you guys and be like, you know, like I'll edit anything that I know is really sensitive. But I've gone back and watched some of those a few times, and I forgot I was recording, so a lot of them are really long, like we just going, you know. And yeah, those are really special to me. Very special. Very special. Very special.
Because I was wondering, I maybe I could do it on this phone here, but I also let me show you this, because I'm tied in. I get my internet through Spectrum, and they offered me free service for a year, and they sent me this phone here. I haven't activated it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about doing that. So I have something a little more modern, because I can't use my desktop anymore, because it was running on old software. What, Windows Windows 7.
Ooh, the blood of Jesus.
And so,
But
hey,
you know, Marcus, they had the free upgrade, man. Like when they rolled out Windows 10, you can download Windows 10. You could have
but
just
look
downloaded.
here, I was
That's how
told
I have Windows 10.
that my computer, since it's prehistoric, as what they want to say, talking about I would have to buy just a whole new desktop, all this. So just more money that I
Yeah.
would have to. I said, well, that's
Well, if
something
you
I'll
could just
do
get it with
later.
it
I'll
already
think about that later
installed.
on.
Yeah.
I, I'll tell you, and just trying to keep. I said, well, this right here is good enough for me. My this phone right here, I can do the Wi-Fi. I can do I like say, hey, we basic. Like I say, we just
Right,
keep it
right,
basic.
right. And I'm the same way, man. You know, but some of my stuff I have to get a little more advanced just so that I can do what I do. But I'm in that.
Hmm.
I'm feel the same way. Trust and
Yeah,
believe. You know.
and
Yeah, I
just
don't give
hey,
a damn. And that Spectrum thing too. They're trying to give they're stalking me now. I just threw the
hmm
card away. Like when I got home the other day, there was a card on my door because I only have the Spectrum because listen, everybody, you got to work this you got to work
hmm
this stimulus stuff. The stimulus wasn't just a check. You understand? Like I only have
hmm
Spectrum now because I literally pay $10 a month for this fucking Wi-Fi in this bitch. Do you understand? I'm very cheap.
hmm
So, like, I mean, and they trying to give me the phone. Like, you get the phone for free and and ooh, and I don't want it. I don't want it. I have my Metro phone and I'm good.
Yeah,
You understand?
that's right.
I just keep a few extra phones because, like, when I was in Africa, one of my phones, I actually have a chip in it. I have a Gambian phone number already. I literally have a Gambian phone number. I'm very proud to say that. I'm very proud
I'll
to say
tell you.
that.
Uh-huh.
Listen, if you want to stay on, Marcus, you're welcome to stay on.
Yeah.
I just
hmm
it'll just move us around,
hmm
and then anything you want to chime in on, you can just chime in on. You know what I'm saying?
hmm Yeah,
Um,
I was gonna let you know. Well, also on Instagram, I don't know if you checked that, but
it's been a while.
I was just giving you the feeling. It's been a year. Uh, Ma had passed. She
Oh,
passed. She passed last year. Uh, January. No, June. It was June 22nd last year. She had she had breast cancer. She had breast cancer, and but she
okay.
fought though.
The
She fought
camel's
for
milk, brother. The camel's milk. The camel's milk. The
yeah,
camel's milk. For the love of God, the camel's milk.
yeah.
But you know
We
what? We say this. We say Mashallah
hmm
because it wasn't the will of Allah for her to get the milk.
hmm
Do you know what I mean?
hmm
Like
yeah.
our hour has been determined. It's written before we're born. Nothing can frustrate it.
hmm
So we yield.
hmm
But I cut you off. Go ahead. What
hmm
you were gonna say?
hmm But yeah, uh, during the whole time as we have known you and we have heard, I, I had told Ma about the camel's milk, and because she watched you too, and I, she just, eh, how they're
I could
they're in their
feel it.
ways, and I don't want to bother with that. So I just left it, and really what it was, I'll say this: Ma, she was ready. She had she was ready to go ahead and just go on and be at peace with it.
That matters.
It had it was in 20. She had just retired from doing her work in 2014,
Wow.
and that next year, 2015,
Mhm.
it just the floodgates. I tell you, she went, then found out she had that stage 4 breast
Mhm.
cancer.
Mhm.
I said, here we go. Just had retired and we was going to enjoy
Right.
enjoyed that. And that shit came along, and then it just everything. And then in June of that year in 2015, then she had a heart attack as
Oh
well.
my God.
So had a heart
How
attack.
old was mom?
She had just turned 70. She had just turned 70. Uh, it was in 2022, and she would have been 71. She'd been 71 last year. She'd been 72 this year. And when she retired, she just retired at 62 because she said, I'm not working at those 65. She
I know
soon as
that's
she
right.
hit that soon as she hit that 60 soon as she hit that 62, she said, William, get on there and go to that website, go to that social care and apply.
That's right.
Hey, I jumped on it right quick. But here's
Have
the
you-
thing, it was her birthday is September 26th. September 26th. I did it right on her birthday and went to apply, but the Social Security, they have a rule where no, they want you to wait until the beginning of the next month. So we held off because that's how their little system. So they held off. We did, and that when October 1st, I was on it because she said she was through with that. So it, it was just, and so she had retired. She was good in 2014, and then that next year, and then uh, that's when it
Wow.
just woo. And so throughout that whole time from 2015 until her passing, we just been doing that she went through, she did the chemo, she did
Oh,
that, and that I tell you that shit there, that cancer is once you get
Joe,
that shit,
it's no joke.
that mess, it just has a blast inside the body because
Wow.
it was in her lymph nodes in the breast.
That's bad.
Yeah. And she had 16 of those removed. And then it went into her colon. So then
Oh
she
my
had
God.
colon cancer. It went there and they she did the surgery where she was had the colon shut off and then she was doing her ostomy and was doing that and then from there it went into her bones.
Oh Lord.
It went into the bones, and then it was the mastitis, that
Yeah.
bone cancer type
Right.
shit.
Right.
So
Right.
I that mess it just traveled through her because when she was diagnosed, she was already at stage 4. So that's pretty much it was terminal. At that point, and so and she said, well, and she did all that she could do. We did all that. Her doing injections, trying to slow it, and nothing else. It just nothing else could do.
Right.
It was done. And at these last months, those last 6 months when I was taking care, of her, she just was totally. We had set her up in the living room and just had a bed, had her nursing bed there, and her the aides would come in and help her. And then on top of that, also, just that last month in May, she was getting a lot of fluid on her lungs as well. So
Right.
I had to assist with that. She had a tube put in, and we would drain that fluid. Had to drain the fluid off her lungs because it was causing her. She was couldn't breathe,
Great.
having
Right.
those shortnesses, and so we did that. Had to do that and did that for a time, and it was just Uh, she was just,
So she died at
she was
home then.
ready. hmm
She died at home.
well, no, she died at the hospital because,
Okay, but I mean, but y'all kept her at the house.
yeah,
Like we
it
didn't do
was
no
just,
hospice and rest home.
no, it
God
was
love
just me and her.
I love that.
It was me and her here in this apartment here. What because she just had that she wanted to, go ahead and be released from this because the
Yeah,
pain she was on them opioid type deal
yeah,
that strong to help with
yeah.
that. So
Probably
she was taking
morphine,
yeah.
morphine
So
for
she was
her.
doing some strong stuff,
Yeah,
just to settle that. And but it was just it wasn't doing anything. So I remember it was on that Friday, and we went ahead and just called the ambulance and had her. She went up to Rex here in up in Raleigh, and because
okay.
that was she just loved that. She preferred that hospital, so went on up there, took her on up there, and they started what they did, to give her the morphine to soothe her,
Yeah.
and then just to calm it and her transition. And I had went up there. It was Saturday, Sunday. Her friends, her old girlfriends from she had visited her on Saturday, and
Hmm.
Ma was said she was all right. She was in and out, but she knew who she was. And then on Tuesday, I went
Wow.
up there, and that's when they told me they was gonna put her in hospice and everything. But I'm pretty sure I know because knowing Ma, I know what she told them. She told them that she wanted to die because she just
Wow.
made that very clear. Even here, she told them she said that she wanted to die.
Hmm.
So and knowing that and when I found out that they was giving her the morphine, and you easily all you gotta do is just bump that morphine,
Yeah.
and that will stop the heart. So pretty much, I knew that's probably they went ahead and just gave her that piece, and I'm good with that. I'm okay with it because that last day, whenever I saw her on Tuesday,
Hmm.
I visited with her. I stayed a good long time, and just told her, kissed her on goodbye, because I knew that was pretty much the last time that we was gonna be together, and so I shared
Wow.
that moment, and she was just in and out of it, but and we just had that understanding,
Yeah, I know. I know
and
what you mean. I know what you
yeah,
mean. I know that. I
yeah,
know that. It's a
mhm,
few things, like I know the comfort that you felt knowing that she was ready. That took a lot
mhm,
off of you. You didn't know you was holding it probably, and oh,
mhm,
okay, you ready then? Okay,
mhm,
it makes it easier because I went through that
yeah,
with my grandmother, and I know
mhm,
that knowing because the last time I was with my grandmother, that day we had spent with her, and then uh, she kept hinting that she wanted to talk to my brother, but she never wanted to ask for nobody for nothing. That's where I get it from. I hate
mhm,
asking anybody for anything,
yeah,
but I don't sit around and hint
mhm,
like she would do. So,
mhm,
anyways, she got off talking to my brother. I held the phone so she talked, and then those last probably 45 minutes or so, I was just sitting at
mhm,
her bed in her room, in her bedroom, and I was holding her hand, and we were just staring into each other's eyes, and we just knew. We just knew.
mhm,
And anytime I tell the story, I tell people that she was. I know what telepathy is. She
mhm,
was giving me every last thing that hadn't been said, all the final notes, and just
mhm,
I knew it. I
yeah,
knew it.
mhm,
I knew it.
mhm,
And like you,
mhm, mhm,
um, that's not the day she passed. I left.
mhm,
I don't remember what day of the week that was now. But when she did pass, I was not there, you know.
mhm,
So I get
mhm,
that.
yeah,
And then my
and
aunt
oh,
was a
uh-huh,
was a cancer patient, and when I went they did have her in a hospital, but when they was like she don't know nobody, but when I went there, she knew me. She knew me.
mhm,
She knew
mhm,
me. She knew me.
mhm.
Wow,
And all that week it was raining. It rained
boom,
all that week,
the rain,
and that day when I
the
had went
rain.
out there to see her, it
Ah,
was coming down heavy,
ah,
It was coming down heavy, and because I had left, it was around 4 o'clock that morning because I said I wanted to be up there early to beat the traffic and everything, and I was going to stay up there at the
Right, right.
hospital with her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my grandmother, her mother, they came as well, and they was trying and coming through, and it started whenever they say when they was on 40 heading up to Raleigh, it was heavy too. It started
Mm-hmm.
coming down heavy. Uh,
The
I'll
rain.
tell you this also that night because it was Thursday and it was around 7. It was I think it was at 7:40. That was her time when they clocked it when she passed. And sure enough, that feeling because I was coming back from the store at the time, and pretty much when I was like getting close to the house here, it was Mom at that moment, and she came to me to let me know.
Subhanallah.
She They said, William, I'm gone. It
Subhanallah.
it was
Wow.
just that, and I'm driving at the moment. That powerful, that her spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and just came right there, and oof, I had to pull on off. I pulled
Wow.
off over there. There's a McDonald's, and I just had to pull there into the parking lot
Mm-hmm.
at that moment because
Wow.
that feeling is just like what they say. When your heart feel that when your heart is ripped out, it was just like that. It was because it,
Wow.
it hit me that hard and earlier that day because earlier that day the nurse there, the one who's had we signed off the papers
Mm-hmm.
and who where they had put it into hospice care, she called me and we did a video type chat, and she was showing me Mom was telling me that she's not, she wasn't responsive. And pretty much, sure enough, she showed me to her, and Mom she was just laying there, but said she can hear, but
But
she wasn't couldn't respond.
right,
And
right.
it was pretty much that day, and then because that was around 3 o'clock that day, and then around that time, that evening time, around 7, it was around that time, 7:40. Then that's when she had passed at that time.
Wow.
So I tell you, it
Wow.
was it was an experience.
I'm
It
really
is.
taken by that, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and and I I have I don't use the word envy because I've never been envious of another person in my life. I don't have that emotion, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't have another word. But so I admire. Maybe that's the word I need. That like, because it goes back to what I was saying in my opening about at some point in the stream I was saying, there's an unseen realm that's real. And so because my mom passed when I was 6 months, I was just still a stinker. But to have had your mother, just that you felt her exit, that has to happen. Like, how's this gonna be the vessel that's the source of your life? You're the soul of her soul.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna leave the earth and you're not gonna have no feeling? Nah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta feel that,
Mm-hmm.
So I never thought about that end of it. I've contemplated every angle of this as someone who didn't have his mother, and that's something new you just gave me now, to even
Mm-hmm.
to ask people when they, and things like that. Because I kind of obsess on that to some degree. Like, you're never whole without the vessel that gave life to you. You're never whole. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna be whole. I've accepted that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to always just daydream about, well, what will it have been, you know? I think I'll still be the same human being, but I just think my spiritual experience would be enhanced, just having my vessel, you know, to just to touch, to hold, to kiss, you know, just to say mom, to, you know. I love you for sharing that with me, man.
It is definitely a feeling now that I have where I am. Half of me is here, and half of me is gone. It truly is.
You
It's
always feel that way.
I'm not that whole,
Right,
that whole person.
right.
And I said, now this is the new reality that I'm existing now.
Hmm.
Um, I'm making it through. You know, it will soon be in in June. It'll be that year period.
Right.
And even though like I say, you never, because we had that close connection, and I tell you, I've at the points knowing that it was going to come, because it was coming, and just
Yeah.
preparing myself
Yeah.
for it. It
I'm
I
glad you
was.
had that too.
Hmm.
Time to
Yeah,
prepare. That's a
yeah.
gift.
Hmm. And it would anger me because you know it not being fair, that
Yeah.
this had to happen to her. And
Sure.
see that part there, it upset,
Yeah.
why her, you know.
And maybe not so much why her, why now, because she had just retired, now trying to get some
Yeah.
quality of life in the last
Mhm.
twilight, have a little fun, just to watch the
Mhm.
sunrise instead of, or do nothing, and
Mhm.
then to be robbed of so much of that, you know.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was thinking about all of that as well. I, it
But be
it
grateful,
just
brother.
it raised me.
Be grateful,
Yeah.
because I said, how old was mom? You said she was 70,
Yeah. She was right at her 70 mark,
70. Oh, right at
and that
70.
was something. That was something
So,
she always wanted.
but you knew the warmth of her chest when you hugged her.
Mhm.
You knew what her kiss felt like on your face.
Mhm.
You smelled her scent.
Yeah.
You knew how she held herself. You experienced all that. These are things that I dream about from my mom.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know none of that,
Yeah.
you know? So
Mhm.
always look to the man who has less than you. So know
Mhm.
that it's, you, you still had a lot. You have more than some,
Mhm.
you know? So I
Mhm.
give that to you so that you
Yeah.
can sit in a place of like, okay, yeah, I got something special, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I offer that, you know, just to say,
Mhm.
because I used to sit
Yeah.
in the dark and just want my mother to just walk past. Just, you know, when somebody walk past you, if they walk close to your chair or something, you just feel that wind after they pass. If I just, can I just even have that, you know? I just,
Mhm.
you know, it's,
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really something.
Yeah.
Uh,
And now both because in 2021 also my father, he had a heart failure, and
was he vaccinated?
he had a pacemaker
Do we
in
know if he was
2021, and
vaccinated?
he passed.
Was he
So.
vaccinated?
Mhm. And see, and
No,
they
no, I'm
both
asking you, was he vaccinated?
was he no,
Okay.
no, he didn't. Yeah, he
We
didn't
have
do
to
that.
always, we have to always just wonder,
Yeah. Hmm.
but go
These
ahead.
but he just had issues, had heart. He was an ex-marine. He served down there in Camp Lejeune
Mhm.
back in the 70s.
Right.
And we was wondering, if that may have had, because they got this whole issue now with that Camp Lejeune type deal, and but it is hereditary with the heart, and it really runs on both sides. Because I just had my aunt who passed, a great aunt. She also had a heart failure. She had a pacemaker too, and so she had so that them heart issues, the ugh,
That's what
this.
took my grandmother. My grandmother was
Mhm,
a pacemaker patient. You know,
mhm,
that's eventually what took her. Like she just, you know,
mhm,
the heart
mhm,
was just her heart just wasn't, strong anymore.
mhm.
She was
Yeah.
very beautiful and all of that. She still had, I mean, all to the end, but it just like her heart wasn't.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But I say no, they both reached their 70 mark. They both uh the coincidence was between them, and they both passing a month apart from each other. He passed in May of 2021, and then Ma passed in June of
Wow.
2023, and both of them at 70.
Wow.
Uh, it was wild. See, they was that teenage lovers met in high school.
And
Uh,
they say sometimes, especially, black
mhm,
folks from that time,
mhm,
when one goes, so they just waiting on one don't want to go and leave the other one. It's spiritually like they refusing to
mhm,
die. I ain't going till you go. I
mhm,
don't want to leave you
mhm,
here, so you have to suffer. One don't want to leave the other one to
mhm,
suffer.
mhm,
My grandmother and her sister did that. They both died in '94. My aunt died. But I would even hear them on the phone sometimes. Sister, I just don't want to go and leave you here, and you have to grieve me, sister. I don't want to leave you here. You know. Well, end up my aunt went first. She went in March, and then my grandmother went in November. You
mhm,
know.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah, man.
And see, they were separated. They were separated though, but they, how still, even though they were separated, he still cared for her
Right.
because at the time, whenever he had passed, my sister was with him. She lived with my father, and he was down in Robertson County with his people, and he stayed
Okay.
down there. But he, even on his deathbed, he was he had told her about the regrets and wishing that he had been more, of a better father, things like
Mhm.
that to us. See, and that's that whole, and he still had love for Ma because they was both they teenagers met in school, and they
Mhm.
had their wild times, and it just made it, how young people are at that time. And
Yeah.
then um and so they had got, and yeah, and and how back in that day when Ma had she had told Grandpa, her father, she had Grandpa said, y'all go ahead and get married then when they found
Right.
out.
Yeah.
And sent them on down they
Playing
went
no
down to
game.
South Carolina and went
You just bought
went
yourself a
did
wedding.
yeah, went they said y'all go ahead and took them down there to South Carolina. They went justice of peace and made it official. Uh, I tell you,
Wow.
yeah, it was something but yeah, and then they hung in there, and they had us three, my oldest brother, then my sister, and then I'm the baby, the last one. So it so it had
Shout out to all the babies. Shout out to all the babies. Damn it.
yep, that so it just had us three, and that was that. What they say, the rest
Wow.
is history. And
Yeah.
another good thing I said, our mom was the at that time when they was doing that whole integration, she
Hmm.
was the first. I said so she was part of history in that when they did the integrating of the schools. and
Oh yeah.
she was in the 12th grade when they had done that, and she was always talking about how the difference between when she went to her school, the black school, and then they integrated and saw how, oh, say, look how loose. Oh, that's wild. They was just wild at that anything. Say they
Yes.
couldn't get away at their they couldn't get away with half of the stuff, or not even basically any of the things what they saw what was going on when they went and integrated skipping class. She was
Yep.
he was my so we skipping class. We what's that ditch
Yeah. Yeah. Hooky.
cut
But
the
so many of us
boy they it was just a
find out
shocking.
when because that was our experience when most black
Mm,
people, if you grew up around your own people and then you're suddenly exposed to them, that's
mhm
the reaction you have.
mhm
So for them, it was
mhm
like they go to the integrated school and they're like, what? Because you realize they have a different moral fabric than we have.
mhm
You know what I
mhm
mean?
mhm
When we first came to California from Chicago, that's the first time we was really exposed to white people. We've seen them on television, but just in
mhm
the various shows that we watched, Brady Bunch, some bullshit. 8 is enough. But we didn't know no white people, and
mhm
now we came to California, and that was our thing. Like they're not like us. They, you know,
mhm.
no, and then how they talk to their parents and how they just do everything was like what? It was just it's another world. It's another world. It's another
Mhm
world.
mhm. I tell you, yeah, and
And speaking of integrated
she just
schools, when we lived in Arkansas,
mhm
it wasn't lost on me when I went to Central High School to see, because I was a year behind my sister, and she was going to Central High. I was going to Central Junior High School, but when I sat in the balcony at Central High to watch Alvin Ailey, or it was the Dance Theater of Harlem, my parents taught me enough. I knew what it meant for me to be sitting in that balcony at Central High School in Arkansas.
mhm
I
mhm.
knew I knew what that meant, that I'm sitting up in this fucking balcony right now. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm
knew Little Rock Nine and all that. Like you didn't just send your little
mhm.
pissy ass up here for like it's nothing. Be advised,
That's it.
Yeah, man.
I tell you,
Wow.
listen, wild. Plenty of stories that she told me. I I say, well, those are the memories then, and we tell them now, and I tell them to my nieces and nephews down that we have tell them all them stories. They enjoy hearing them too, and then they just it's mind blowing to them even now, because their world now. I look at I say now just to see, and we see how each from each generation
Mhm.
how it is. It's just I'm looking. It's just like this is like something. It's new and it's foreign as they get further and further away from us, because
Mhm.
my sister and brother, Generation X, and then I'm at the beginning of what they call the millennial in '81. So being of the millennial, and then now and then from these different on coming on down, I tell you, it is something like what is this? It's just it just as it goes on, you know how it gets stranger,
Yeah.
stranger and
But
stranger.
at least you got a little bit of something that you still got a little bit of what was still good. You know what I mean?
hmm
Before it just
Yeah,
all went to shit. You
just
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
now, if you was born in like if you were born in 2000, you some
hmm
bullshit.
Yeah,
Like life is
yeah.
just not good for you. Like
hmm
you don't have nothing special. Like it's
mm
no nostalgia for you.
mm
Like if you was born in 2000, you were a year old maybe when
mm
9/11 was perpetrated, and that's the biggest thing that happened. You know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
music, culture, we still held on to a lot of our own stuff as Black folks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, man, we got to reclaim that. You
Yeah.
know, but I love that you said that you telling your niece and nephews the stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. So many
Mm-hmm.
Black folks is not telling the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the
Yeah.
stories, damn. You
Mm-hmm.
know, let them know, because otherwise they
Mm-hmm.
come into this everything's fine world. uh,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and like,
Yeah.
like, no,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like, no. I
Mm-hmm.
saw a video.
Yeah.
This lady, there was this little boy, cutest thing since me. You could see she's filming in her rearview mirror as she's driving the truck away. He's running.
Mm-hmm.
He's in this little baseball outfit, cutest thing. And she stops, and you hear him crying, and then he catches. She stops so he can catch up. He goes, "How many times until you get? How many times until you get in the truck?" Right? But on the video it said, "Is this good parenting?" And I put perfect, yes, because they got to know there's consequences for their actions, even at a young age, especially boys. Wah wah wah. But that just thought about that. Like, yeah, goddamn, make his little ass sweat, nasty. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not too much because he was the cutest thing, but still, let your little ass sweat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
And
a different,
also,
different world now.
my father too. He was a worked a sharecropper. They on the sharecropper. Mm-hmm. And they him and also a lot of his buddies who they had went to school with. They had lived on that. It was a old farm. It's still there now. The one who runs it, I forget his name, but down that is down the dirt road there, and they had the houses. And I remember it too. When we was coming out, had the houses. We go down this road. His mother, my grandmother there,
Mhm.
and their family in that this old house, and it was old rundown, one of them old rundown type, them old sharecropper type houses. And we go down there,
I
and
know,
we go down there and look
I
and
know.
kill. Yep, had the chickens. I even they had me one time to wring the neck.
They get out there, ring that chicken. That's the best chicken you'll eat.
I I remember that too. She did say, grab his neck, grab his neck,
Hmm.
ring him,
Bring him, bring him.
yank the.
Yep, bring him.
We sure did, and cut the head off and defeathered it, and we
Amen.
sure had that chicken and rice. Had
Bless
chicken
the
and
Lord.
rice.
Bless the Lord. And eat up. Yeah, man. My dad,
Hmm.
one year we were just traveling, and one of his good friends, they called him Pretty Boy. He had a farm. I think it might have been in Arkansas or Memphis, and everything we ate when we had dinner at their house had just came
Hmm.
up. And he had his own biplane. He did his own crop dusting. Everything we had, and they went out there and wrung the chicken. Which
Hmm.
I knew that because my grandmother always told us about that growing up. We used to go out there and wring the chicken, so I knew it. I knew it already. But that it was a wringing the chicken.
Ring. Yep, ring chicken and
Man.
shucking peas and that good
Yes.
that those memories. Yep. Hmm.
Mhm.
I I tell you,
Wow. You
that
ain't it
country
until
that
you done
country
it like
living.
that. That's right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now you done it. Not you ain't
Yes.
ate, you it. You done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That down home,
Hmm.
like right off the land cooking, is nothing like it,
Hmm.
dude. Like
Hmm.
it,
Yeah.
it's just
I
nothing
tell
like
you.
it. The spirit over the food is different. It just seems like,
Hmm.
wow,
Hmm.
kind of that's the
Hmm.
truth. That is the truth.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have lived that farm life and country life, and we had uh well, even because the little area is called Ivanhoe. So that's country right there. Ivanhoe,
Yeah, yeah.
Ivanhoe, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm,
That is down in the sticks, blueberry fields, tobacco, and had your turkeys and the pig farms. And we've had pig. I've had pigs. My uncle, he um he would cut. He had his pig farm over, and he would slice them up and make that fresh sausage. Oh, even though I know, but
I
it was
know.
just
It's all good.
yeah.
I forgive you. But they
It
always
was
raising hogs
just
down there.
yeah.
Somebody's always raising
hmm
hogs. Come on.
Yeah, that yeah, and I tell you, that's just good memories. That's that
That's the sign of,
I remember.
that's the sign of wealth, that's how
hmm
we used to measure wealth back in the day. Wasn't how much money you
hmm
had, how many chickens and hogs you get, how many cattle you get, if you
hmm
had a big farm, you was
hmm
rich. Damn it,
hmm
you didn't have to have money in your
hmm
pockets, you can be broke, but you was
hmm
rich because look what you
hmm
have.
hmm
That's how
hmm
if you had a big family,
Yeah.
then that was also wealth.
Mm.
That's when the shit that matters. Yeah, you rich. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
hmm
I
And
get it.
being out at night and catching the fireflies. We did that, catching the fireflies in
A
the
lot of people
jar.
have never seen them, Marcus. When I lived in Arkansas, we used to catch them in a jar. It's so
Okay.
unbelievable. You just can't believe that this thing can light up. It just light up.
Yeah.
It just light up. Like it
hmm
lights up. It lights
hmm
up.
hmm
I'm
Yeah.
still
We
tripping
catch
right
them.
now.
Yep. Catch them in the jar.
Wow.
So just.
Yeah, man. And they light up. You're like, how are you?
hmm
It's a light. It's lighting up.
hmm And whew, it was like there was just millions of them.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
in the trees and stuff. Oh, they was bleep bleep bleep.
yeah. Yeah. You can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's
But
amazing.
I tell you those were the days.
Everybody should be able to
They
experience that.
they
It's because
the children now they just miss out on
yeah.
all that.
There's a whole generation
Mm,
that doesn't know, like, I found this place now where I buy fish. You can buy the whole fish, the fins, the
mhm,
head, the whole fish is there. But there's a whole generation of
mhm,
kids that don't know anything but a fucking fillet. They never saw a whole fish. They never been fishing. They
mm,
never
mhm,
they never saw somebody milk a cow or pick greens right out the land, or like they
mhm,
just think everything just comes processed and shit. They never
mhm,
saw a chicken run around.
mhm.
Y- You
Yep.
know,
And that was another thing Grandma did. Scaling the fish. She'd be out
yes,
back and
yeah,
just be taking that knife and running across, scaling it, uh,
that's it,
cutting
man.
it, and then get ready
That
to
was
fillet it. And
everything. I know how to gut and clean a fish since I'm probably 4 or 5 years old. Just watching my brothers and my grandmama and them do it. I know how to do it.
mm,
It's a different
mhm.
time. It's a different time.
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, I tell
We
you.
got a lot of catching up to
Mhm.
do, Marcus.
But yeah.
A lot, man.
Mhm.
Since I moved in 2016, 17/17 to this place. Um, I'm still going back to Africa. Um, I stopped stressing on a lot of things, quite frankly, but I know I'm glad I got that off me because I didn't want to go and come back. But I can't be mad because everything is so much clearer to me now. So I just have to play the notes. Before it was like I don't know what instrument I'm even using. Like, what am I doing? Now I just play the
Mhm.
notes, and that's fine. It's all fine.
Mhm.
By the way, shout out to somebody sent a Cash App. Was that you, Black Beauty, or I don't know who sent it. Shout out to, you know who you are. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's just been different for me since but you know, inshallah, I'm gonna be that's the big thing for me now. It's just getting back to Africa, getting back to the Gambia. I was not trying to go to Florida before I went back to Gambia, but I'm glad that Allah brought my best friend to where I already was at, because I'm already thinking in terms of nostalgia, and I've already seen the whole thing. Well, if you don't come to Africa, then I don't know when we're going to see each other, because I'm not coming to Florida. So I'd already resolved myself. I'm not doing it. And but finally he arrived at that place. So several weeks back we were speaking. In fact, it was my birthday. And he was saying, well, you know, what's it going to take to get you to Florida? I said, you'll just have to pay for it, Joseph. And he bought the ticket. So I was supposed to go this month, and he said, nah, just come in June. And but I just, you know, when I get on the Africa side, I'm financially, I look pretty good. But in America, I'm broke as shit. But I'm also very stingy. Like I'm still, you know, I'm still on the, you know how many years it took for me to even raise the portion from the public and then my portion and all that. So I'm still on that. So I'm a penny fucking pincher in this bitch till I go back. So I just didn't want to buy the ticket to go to Florida. You know, there's people I wanted to see and other people I would like to see and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe not going to do it is probably a better, like I could, but I'm not doing it because I don't want to have any major expenditures here. You know, I have a lot of things that I want to do when I get back to Africa, and the more financially stable I am, the better it will be. You know, and then add to that, you know, I made the promise to the imam in the mosque in Gambia that I'm gonna try and raise the money for this damn mosque so we can finish it and have it be something. You know, it's kind of a disaster right now. Well, it is a disaster, but more than that, I always like to keep my word anytime I give it. You know, and I just can't see facing this imam and I haven't raised the money, you know. But I'm not going to wait years. Like, I'm doing things behind the scenes. We'll talk, but I'm doing things behind the scenes, you know, to help the situation, you know, because sadly I'm not white and I haven't killed anybody, because if I was, then I would have several $1 million in a GoFundMe right now, you know. But I'm black and I give a fuck, so my people don't really want to come out the pocket all regular. You feel me? I mean, not understanding. Don't want to get into it. Don't want to get worked up. But it's fine. I got some constant gardeners out there that understand and have stuck by me. So I'm grateful for that. You know, deeply grateful.
Yeah, I tell you, you know, I was saying, because well now I'm on disability for my whole fiasco of life, what it has done to me. But you know, I used to drive the trucks. You know, used to drive the trucks, and that last, let's see, in 2010, I had become a owner operator. I was doing try that owner operator gig.
Wow.
And from there, had messed up. I had twisted my back though. I was going to do that, twisted my back, but the company, I was there fighting through it. This was that was in June of 2010. The company I was dealing with down in Wilmington, we did the containers. would pull those containers whenever they would come off the boat, and
I
then
was just gonna say
put them on the truck, and then
okay.
and then I haul them, take them to wherever they got to go, and then just run, just basically local running back and forth. So I was doing that, but then when come time for the pay, come time for the pay, and then they talking about, oh, something's wrong with checks, and we got to hold the funds. We can't release it until the. Oh, I
Bitch
said,
better
oh
have
no,
my
no,
money.
I can't.
Like that's just what it is. I
Yeah,
render
that.
services. Bitch better have my money. That's just it. Like I don't want to hear anything. I just need to see a
That's right, and
check.
I'm here. hmm I'm here. I was because I had the determination. I said, okay, I'm gonna make this work. This is gonna work for me. I got this
Mhm.
nice. I had it was a 2006 Century, Freightliner Century, old freight shaker, what we call
Okay.
them, old freight shakers.
All
But it
right.
was
All right.
nice.
Did it
We
have
had
a
went
sleeper cab?
yeah, sleeper cab, and we had
Okay.
went over that morning. It was before, and we went over to Charlotte and picked them
Okay.
up right off the
Okay.
dealership. Went over to
Okay.
Charlotte, picked them up. They was
Damn, Brando.
they had just come off of a lease fleet, uh,
Uh-huh.
so they were nice trucks. We got to pick. It was about I think it was like 8 of us, and they just say, hey, let's go ahead and y'all pick out the which ones y'all want. We picked them out. They was all the same. They was nice white ones. They had them all nice and shined up and everything. I said, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna happen.
That's a
And
very
then doing
investment.
all that, and then this company here, they being funny with the money. I said, oh, this is no good now.
Right.
You're gonna give me a nice truck, but yet here you're gonna hold back. I can't live like that. I can't. And then I'm twisting, hurting my back, and I'm hip and knee, and I said these what I say, them folk, them white folk, them white folk.
Mhm.
You it's just so much. See, I look at now with the mentality I have, it's good enough. I just I just do my business, whatever I have to do with them. That no any other extra activities, socialize and want to make
That's the way, man.
friendships and
That's the way.
relationships. That shit like no,
Right. Don't
no.
get caught up.
I
Like, use
Yeah,
they ass for what you need,
yeah, hmm
because we can't get around interacting with them so much.
yeah,
We could if we would
yeah,
band together and just have all of our own
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you
That's
know.
true.
But
It is.
since we don't have that, there's areas
Mm-hmm.
where you have to interact with their bitch
Mm-hmm.
ass. And so,
Yeah. And see, that's why I say, and I look at places like Atlanta or DC, where you
mhm,
had where we had that dominance, like we had the dominance at, and
yeah,
and you got the like I say, you got that leadership. You have leadership there in Atlanta that you had all black. You had the black mayor, uh, the black police
which
chief.
will always mean nothing because all
Yeah,
skin
yeah,
folk.
exactly. Yeah,
Go ahead, but I feel I
that
get your overall point. Yeah, go
uh
ahead.
yeah,
Yeah,
that part right there. But see, like I said, if they had that mindset, the mindset that they're supposed to have, they will be doing for us, for us. And like I said, that the council, them whole city councils, all those would be us
right.
doing for us, making all the shit, all that
Yep.
for our favor. There will be none of that gentrification
Right.
BS.
Right.
If anybody gonna be gentrifying we will gentrify it, and we will gentrify it to our tastes.
Right.
It will be made to our taste and what we like. Yeah, yeah, we want that here. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, yeah, we'll take that too. Yeah,
Right.
it would be black taste. The city would have our ambiance, not this
We
all this
suffer from
other.
a lack of
Yeah,
vision. sadly, black folks a lot of times can't just envision it, and then they can't just trust what they can't see.
Yeah.
We could just get there, then eventually you're going to see it. But you know, they can't. They don't. They're not. They. It's just lack of vision. Like, just do it. It's going to be in the long run.
Yeah.
We also not good at investing for now for later. We want everything right the fuck now for my own black ass now today, me, not me tomorrow or in a week or 5 years. My bitch ass now. We just don't think long term. That's why we don't do investments. We don't do stocks. We don't do anything that's a future investment. You know, for our people or ourselves.
Yeah.
Right now, today.
And that old that old senator that came out of Atlanta, that Warnock, and like I said, that right there, prime example. If he didn't get that Biden, if they didn't get that Warnock in there to you know, so they could have that complete control of where they had the Senate and the Congress. See, 4 black people right there putting him up there, and then we up there getting betrayed by that old that crypt keeper, what you call him, the diaper.
The diaper.
Yeah, the diaper. Yeah,
the goddamn diaper. It's not even
I got black people. I got black people back. Black people, y'all have my back. I got your back.
And I'm gonna have your back.
Yeah, that shit.
Because my dad said to me, Joey. My dad said to me, Joey. Is my dad here?
And that right there, like I said, and then that senator, like I said, going back to him, if he was truly black, like the way he should be,
right?
You know, then he would up there rebel and say, you know what? He up there talking this shit, and now he ain't doing for us. Now we all reject. He up there coming up for he want to come up for a re-election.
Right.
He won't have
YouTube video.
That's right. He won't have Atlanta.
I need to raise such and such. But my senator, fuck you. But see, I was never seduced because again, if my people listen, if I had, you know, Shannon Sharp's audience, shit would move the needle. Because you need this heart, this voice, this passion, this understanding for black people.
Yeah.
Anything less than this, we're not moving anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We're not going out to the front porch. We're not doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So Raphael Warnock, as soon as I saw him all buttoned up and he's a pastor, that's X right there.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Because that means he automatically comes with forgiveness bullshit. We cannot have forgiveness in black struggle. There is no forgiveness. Cannot have that. And you have to have a disdain for white people. A disdain. Listen, when you driving a car, a noise, you're never gonna get something fixed if it's not making a noise, or if it's not affecting your ability to get from point A to point B. But the moment it does, then you might put up for a little while. But until you start, hey, damn it, I'm sick and tired of this damn thing making that noise. Now your bitch ass is going to the dealer, or you're going to the fucking mechanic now because you hate it. So we must have this. Nobody does anything against the enemy that they love, or that you're willing to show compassion and shit. You know, for all of their murder and genocide, this is the fuck what you do. This is some bullshit, to be clear, but they cannot stand the Palestinians, and this is what they're willing to do.
Yeah.
We cannot stand fucking white people, and this is what we should be willing to do. You see what I'm saying? Not, let's just, fuck that. You see? So we just don't have it.
Yeah. I Ralph Nader. You remember him?
Totally.
Ralph Nader.
Before
when
you say that, Marcus, before you say that, hold on. Righteous Indignation was wish you happy birthday a while ago. I didn't read it. I'm sorry. Sean was saying, Big bruh, my mother died the same way. It was horrible. That was the most hard thing me and my family went through. It was terrible. Willa, a big shout out to you, Queen. Wearing my favorite necklace, thanks to you. Now y'all can't have one exactly like mine. You feel me? But Willa do make these and stuff. You feel me? And you could commission one from her and stuff. And it could be custom for you. You know what I mean? Men and women. There was something else. Yeah, I'll come back and read those other ones. Let me take a bathroom break really quick, Marcus. In fact, just so it's, thank you, Willa. I couldn't have done it without your help. I think we agree. Let me just have something in the interim while I just use the restroom really quick. Oh, they changed this too. Okay, more. And lately, I've been this thing has been happening where I know I have to use the bathroom, and I don't get any grace period. It goes from you got to use the bathroom to now you got to go. You know what I mean? Like it's been and suddenly I'm in the full P dance and everything. Like I mean, okay, here I'll let you guys see. No, okay, we'll something quick. Okay, here's the Zionist lady. No wait. Yeah, here's the Zionist whore. I think they're passing this off as it's current, but I saw her before, so but I think the information is still kind of pertinent, so they're kind of passing it off. She's a Zionist bitch, but I think we kind of are into what she's saying and stuff. Wait, let me bring y'all in. Just stay there, Marcus. You'll still be there. Present. Okay, let me check my setup now. Yeah, see, it just moved us. Here's the Zionist whore, and I'll be right back.
Has seen better days. We had it good here for
Hopefully
a
there's no
long
echo.
time, but it's over. And if you don't see that, then you're not listening to the right news channels. So who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the Jews. They're going to scapegoat us, and we're going to be attacked. So let's get out before. That's what happened in Germany. If you don't see the handwriting on the wall, so you don't know Jewish history. Universities, do you know when they say you can't sit in the first 2 rows if you're Jewish? Does that sound like it happened in Germany? No, it's right here. Sell your money now, your house now, and you can take it to Israel. Move anywhere there. Just go there. There's strength in numbers. We have no numbers here. We're 2% of the population. So I'm telling this to everybody I meet. America's over 10 years ago. We're in big trouble. So the bottom line is move to Israel. Has seen better days. We had it good here for a long time, but it's over now. And if you don't see that, then you're not listening to the right news channels. So who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the Jews. They're going to scapegoat us, and we're going to be attacked. So let's get out before. That's what happened in Germany. If you don't see the handwriting on the wall, so you don't know Jewish history. Universities, do you know when they say you can't sit in the first two rows if you're Jewish? Does that sound like it happened in Germany? No, it's right here. Sell your money now, your house now, and you can't take it to Israel. Move anywhere there. Just go there. There's strength in numbers. We have no numbers here. We're 2% of the population. So I'm telling this to everybody I meet. America's over 10 years ago. We're in big trouble. So the bottom line is move to Israel. Has seen better days. We had it good here for a long time, but it's over now. And if you don't see that, then you're not listening to the right news channels. So who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the Jews. They're going to scapegoat us, and we're going to be attacked. So let's get out before. That's what happened in Germany. If you don't see the handwriting on the wall, so you don't know Jewish history. Universities, do you know when they say you can't sit in the first two rows if you're Jewish? Does that sound like it happened in Germany? No, it's right here. Sell your money now, your house now, and you can't take it to Israel. Move anywhere there. Just go there. There's strength in numbers. We have no numbers here. We're 2% of the population. So I'm telling this to everybody I meet. America's over 10 years ago. We're in big trouble. So the bottom line is move to Israel. Has seen better days. We had it good here for a long.
So you heard the dinosaur. um, okay, and wait, where's Marcus? Oh, okay, you're still up there. All right. You guys, I didn't notice the time, and I always try and think about my East Coast audience. Why? I haven't looked at my analytics in a while. Like back when we had the big channel, I used to frequently enough, I would look at my demographics, and I should be looking at them more now because YouTube has gotten they've really gotten good with their technology. A lot of stuff that they have made available for content producers and just the site in general. And back then, when I could see where I'm being viewed, and I had huge numbers here in California. I don't know what my viewership is in California. I don't know what it is anywhere, quite frankly. I was very proud that I had strong viewership in 26 countries in Africa. In fact, one night I read them to you guys. I remember that. And yeah, I just don't know. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. Something has come on me over the last forever where I'm just like, I'm always thinking about the East Coast for some reason. Why am I doing that? I think because I speak to a lot of people on the East Coast, on the phone. Everybody's in back East, New York, Florida, the Carolinas, Atlanta, I got people in Tennessee. Well, that's not really the East Coast, but still. Just all over. And so for some reason, I'm always thinking about that. Why? And I also think it's not just me. I think a lot of my people are East Coast or overseas and things like that. I don't know what it is with me. Melanin, I see you. Grand Rising Jedi. Sorry, I joined in last time. I joined in last. Time difference, but glad to see you. I will replay during the day. Glad you stopped in, Melanin. Zap zap, it's been 1,000 years. You say the liberals are using Henry Louis Gates Jr. to call people to signify a monkey. I'm over it. I'm fully over that. Again, they always let us down. We don't have no strong black folks. We just don't have them. Nobody's holding the torch, man. One thing I love about me, I love myself, but that comes from self-analyzation and knowing who you are, literally being a friend with yourself, like knowing that person, like as if it's not you, like evaluating yourself as another person. What do you think of that, dude? Like, I like that dude, you know? And one of the things I like about the Jedi is that I I'm I'm not compromised in any environment you put me in. I'm the same fucking person. I'm not changing. I don't need to, you know? And that's what you need in leadership for our people. Anybody's going to be in these high places of anointing and shit, they need to be torch holders, man. That torch don't fucking move unless I say it. It's not moving. What? You know? And they need to be there in the cause of our people, and unapologetically and without fear. That's one of the things our people harbor too much is fucking fear, and too much love of a fucking coin and position and shit. Fuck all of that. I have never gave a fuck about any of that. I just don't need to, because nothing matters if what's right is not present. If righteousness isn't present, then you're just holding up a facade. It can't stand. It can't. It's like a spider web. You know, it looks fast and grand, but that shit don't. It's the Quran speaks at length about just the spider web, you know. And it is the Allah calls it the, what does He call it? The astaghfirullah, if I don't get the exact quote. And sometimes when you're thinking of the Arabic, it's hard to, the English, it's a whole thing, but it's it's to the, like the spider web is like an example of the worst type of structure or house that you could ever consider on earth. Something to that effect, you know, like nothing there, you know. And like, you know, I've just always been that way. I've always been that way, you know. If you're somebody that who you are depends on the environment you're in, then you need to stop doing everything, and you need to go and spend about a year and a half with just your own ass and figure out who the fuck you are and come back and be that, you know. Part of being a human being, part of even having the free, exercising the free will that Allah has given us, everybody, is, and you're not here just to experience the world. You're to find out who you are. And you only get that through self analysis and examination, critical, truthful, honest self-scrutiny. But you can't get that without a connection with the one that created you, because that's where all the answers are, because that's who made you. So you have to understand, you know. I never let myself get run away with anything that impresses me too much. Sometimes I'll see something really fantastic and I go, you know what? That's man-made. And I'll go, doesn't compare to even my hand. It's nothing. It's not even as masterful as my hand. My hand. You understand? It's not as masterful as just my hand. So that means nothing. It's nothing. I even trained myself to stop assigning the word beauty to anything that is man-made. If it's man-made, it cannot be beautiful. Beauty is with Allah. It's only with the divine. Beauty. You can't have anything else. Is just very nice. Oh, that's attractive. Oh, how nice. That's impressive. Oh, how cute. Whatever you want to say, but don't say beautiful, because it's not. I'll tell you what got me into that, because I know people go to, they see a new city or something. They go, "Ooh, the city is beautiful," and it's just concrete and glass and shit. That's not beauty. Beauty is the array of the colors of the leaves in fall. Oh, I mean, I've seen pictures where you just like it. That what? Just the leaves on the tree. The colors that are coming through. You can't paint it. It's too much. That's beauty, man. That's beauty. Not, oh, so you see a nice city with the, you know, all the shit, you go, oh, they have a nice city, you know. Oh, that's attractive, you know. But don't say beautiful, because it's not. Because usually when you're saying that, you don't see anything green there. Natural is there. It's just all man-made shit. How can that be beautiful? It can't. Nothing made by man is beautiful. It can never be. Only that which is created by Allah can even attain beauty or be beauty. I know that to be true. I know it. I know it. And when I'm faced with something that is beyond, then my only word that I've assigned is behold. You know, like when I see a baby or a cute little kid, I just go behold, because it's nothing I can place on that. It's so perfect and beautiful. It's just behold. You know, the mastery of the divine stops you where you breathe. When you really are understanding this principle and taking time to slow down your life and go, then you know, this is the problem with the 9 to 5 and all this rat race shit, because you don't get a chance to slow down and receive. I always tell you, wisdom comes in silence. And this is one of the reasons why the white devil keeps you busy. What does everybody say about the pandemic? I just had time to think during the pandemic. Everything stopped. You see? Business. People quit their job. Like, fuck that job. I'm never going back ever again. You know, wisdom comes in silence. When you get my Starbucks, gotta get to work, you don't have time. Time. And this is one of the masteries of being Muslim, because the 5 prayers a day make you stop. Everything means nothing. Go back to the source. Slow it all down. Slow it all down. Bring your ass back. Watch your ass. Go and make it. You see, it's a masterful thing, you know. Just even that, there's many reasons why Allah has us to make the 5 daily prayers, but that's certainly one of them. You know, as I see it, that it forces you to bring it back. You know, go back to the source, go back to the center, and rejuvenate even, because how many white devils didn't get killed on jobs I've been on because I had to go and make prayer. So all that anger came off of me during prayer. So I got to rebuild it when I'm done, you know. So that saved some lives. So I was helping humanity. You feel me? I did some good things and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what made me say that, but that's important to say. I do want to land us, you guys. Marcus, you're an unexpected pleasure. I'm honored by your presence, and I'm really pleased because, you know, when we would be on our Skype sessions, we would have so much going on. This is the most I've gotten out of you in one clip. Like, I don't want to stop. So hold that same energy, damn it. And by the way, I named Marcus, y'all. That's why it's Marcus the Lion. Because when I had my big channels, a lot of times I would be like, you guys, I need such and and Marcus would come through and I'd be like, Marcus, you are a lion, you are a lion, you are a lion. So Marcus the Lion. You see what I'm saying? So but here's what I can say, everybody. I do have my schedule keeps changing. And whereas I thought I was gonna be free tomorrow, I'm suddenly not free tomorrow. In fact, I gotta be out of here at 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't ask me stuff. But as I said in my opener, I hate saying this because it won't happen. And it'll be another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month before I get back here. Not gonna let that happen. Because like I say, sometimes, listen, if I was somebody, I told you guys I'm very insecure about how I look. So I can't just, if I've just come in from being out, I can come on camera or do a recorded video or do a live. It doesn't matter. But for me to just be, I'm just farting around the house and whatever, scratching my nuts. I can't just come on camera. You know, I'm not one of them dudes. I recognize my limitations. I'm not a model. I can't just roll on camera and be like, oh. Plus, I've always told you that outside of even that, even if I was a model, it still is important to me to represent us. I don't just represent me when I present myself. You know, I want us to be proud. So I should put forth some effort to be presentable when I present myself, you know? So sometimes I just don't do it because I don't feel like shaving, you know? It could be something that simple. Like, I don't feel like shaving. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know? And I look at the clock and it's like, oh, by the time I'm done shaving, and I can't, I don't feel like it, you know? So, tomorrow could go long for me. I don't know. Damn it. I will just say this. Inshallah, we will get together, because I want to finish this, because I wanted to go deeper. I feel like we covered ground, but I had some videos that I wanted to share with you guys to back up what I was bringing. And it is a significant day because, as I say, to my understanding, they just started attacking in Rafah. And so, you know, I'm going to try to. And then, as I say, sometimes it's still early enough here, but I'm thinking about that East Coast. It's too late. But it's not. The sun is still out for me and everything. Forget y'all East Coast people. I said it. What? Anyway, know that I'm always trying. That's what I can tell you. So, or as Trump would say, that I could tell you. So know that I will be trying to have a quick turnaround so we can finish this curriculum, you know. And both of these are evolving stories, so there'll be more to tell. I also, somebody had brought me, I knew about it, and then somebody brought it to me, and I thought, well, maybe this is a sign, or at least I took it as such. I have a lot to say about this Black bookstore that closed down where you're at, Marcus. The White Devils ran them out. Another example of White Devils fucking up everything for all of humanity, because that's all they do. That's the truth, everybody. That's just the truth. It just is. Sadly, but that's the truth. So, and there was some other things, but I give you my word that I'm gonna try to get us. You know what? Even if I have to do it late tomorrow, I'll do it. So why don't we do this? Because I know there were some comments I didn't read. Let me try and get through the comments, and then we'll land. I think that feels right. Where was I? I think the last thing I saw was Carlos. Then it was Nixie with the documentary. Asia. I saw Asia. Another shout out to you, Asia. Nixie, you put the link. Okay, everybody go and watch that link. I know this information, but this may be one that I haven't seen. So do watch what this link that Nixie put in the link in the chat. Sean says a mountain man living on the grid. Brandon, you say agreed, Jedi. Fuck celebs. They are not helping with that ghetto shit. They really are not. There's nobody out there that's famous except for me that you should pay attention to, everybody. Like, I'm over it. Righteous. Those mofos own our shit and call it masters. Thank you. I know. The irony of that. I didn't think of it that way. I love that. I love that, Righteous. I love that. 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 That's so many things. I love that. Jack Uptone. Fork tonguing. That must have been when I was reading the Bastard. We just saw what you typed. Now you're saying something else. Righteous, you say, I don't even like using the term the master bedroom. Sound like we still on the plantation where we were referring to the biggest bedroom in masses. And you know what? In Africa, they don't call it a master bedroom. It's called something else. I don't remember. Inshallah, it will come to me. Sean, you say that's only because he got roasted on Twitter by our black brethren. Thank you, Sean. And also love the gratuitous use of the word brethren. Love that. Then Righteous was saying happy birthday to you, Marcus. And I read you Sean's comment. Willa, another shout out to you. Melanin, you say, no, I read Melanin. No. Yeah, I read Melanin. Zap, I read you. Melanin, Righteous, I agree with sitting in and with, I agree with sitting in and with yourself. Nothing like it when you come unto the knowledge of self. It's everything. I think that's why I'm mostly a content person. You know, also when you get there, you don't mind being with just by yourself. You know, just I don't need a lot to animate me. I love my own entertaining me. That could just be doing nothing. I'm content, you know. Righteous, you say, I'm going to New York City in a few weeks, and I'm never excited to go visit family anymore. Not my cup of tea. We have to talk about that. You go on and say, I'd rather be in Montana or the Dakota, observing majestic mountains and watching roaming horses or sitting under the stars. Wow. Melanin, DJ, the fucking big nose piece of shit bloodsucker. That's what happens when you don't gatekeep. And because he's been allowed in our spaces, he became comfortable. We've got to stop inviting them into our business. Sister, right to tell him to mind his business, and just like a napkin, his feelings hurt and he acted like a Chad and fucked up her bag / job by tagging her job. The bastard didn't care about those black lives. Those black folks would be telling their deepest secret, and that would put the black man life in jeopardy. Black folks are the blame for his rise too. We must gatekeep and stop sharing our stories with napkins, as it will be used against them. And there's some people that went to jail, some rappers and shit that went to jail because they were on his fucking show. That's a real thing. Napkins are not to be trusted. Hashtag free Congo. I love that. Okay, that's where we'll land. And I encourage everybody for the future, you can come on camera. I always put the link in the chat. You just click on it. You'll be backstage. I'll give you some kind of cue. You could respond to me. You could let me know you're ready to go on, especially if it's my women folk. If you need to do one more hair and makeup or something, or you know, fan on you or whatever, and you can let me know, and then I bring you on, and you can have your say. You know, it saves you a bunch of typing. It saves me a bunch of reading. You understand? We can just say it, and we good. Could you imagine if Marcus had to type all this stuff that we talked about tonight? We'd have a book, a bestseller, but that's something else. So I'm going to try to get back here tomorrow, everybody. I'm going to try. I will look like some bullshit, and that will be fine, but I'm going to try and get back here tomorrow. Like, I'm going to try. Can do my best. But I'm glad we had this time this evening to at least set it off and get started, you know. Do pray for the people of Gaza, everybody, and also pray for the death and total annihilation, destruction, and extermination of everybody in fucking Israel, because it's been 8 months now. There's no innocent people there. You know what's happening, and if you're still there, you're just as guilty as the fucking people dropping the bomb. So fuck you and the bitch that gave birth to you, that fat bitch. So that's how I feel about it. You know, pray for their destruction, pray for their deaths, while you pray for all the good things for the people of Gaza. You know, in many ways, I know that the divine is waiting on us. You know, Allah can do anything. He just says to it only be, and it is. You know, but what our Maker has communicated to us is you don't just get it. He will move when he wants to move, but he's also inclined to move when he sees you moving. Okay, they're moving, I'll help you. I'll do it. You know, our Maker wants something from us, not because he needs it, but because it's good for us. So with that, I bid everyone a good evening, and a good night.
Yeah.
And I will see you at my very earliest that I can see you. I love you all. This is the Jedi. Marcus, I love you, brother.
Love you too, brother.
I want you to be here on my when we convene tomorrow, inshallah. So be looking for your damn notification.
Hopefully.
Okay, everybody. I love you all.
Bye-bye.